What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but you all got it all getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're clown, it's all false. You ruin the hobby I love with the bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip me out? I think you dipped you out. What you talking about? I don't think you did, deal. It's just a shady shit like a GOBs, like it's wholesale thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money even better tax-free. Loving all stimulus, the PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. What's going on that PPP? You done a lot.
Hunter Biden Nick. Woo! Woo!
Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Gotta talk tips like we talking about stock. What you talking about, men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're a clown. It's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Think you did, Jeff? I think you did, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you did yet. Well, he's doing shady shit like a GOBs, like his wholesale thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money even better tax-free. Loving all the stimulus from people.
Look at that first guy. Homie. Homie. The homie.
With your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson.
Oh, man.
You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Cause the market's down and you're a clown. It's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. That is right. It is another Thursday night. If you're still awake after Sleepy Joe's press conference, we've got Sports Card Radio live here on Sports Card Radio. We're not airing on sportscardradio.com, but YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and around the globe. It is 5:34 Pacific time, 8:34 Eastern time. As again, Sleepy Joe wraps up his press conference. We were eating donuts today, guys. Eating donuts, checking out pictures of men. Came home with a Bill's donut shirt. And we may or may not have lost some money at the casino as well on the way home. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got hobby hero, Sports Card Radio fan favorite, Miss Gamble, making an appearance at America's Card Shop. And we'll tell you if it looked crickety or not. If you can take your eyes off Mary Gamble on her Instagram reel. We've got a lot of feedback from the listeners. We've got PSA drama. We may or may not talk about the drama at the Dallas Card Show. As two guys from Stockton, having some people steal your stuff is really actually just another day of the week. It was fun to see, though, a bunch of middle-class white guys trip out about a theft, a brazen theft, which happens every other day here at Lululemons and Walgreens and Nike stores. And in fact, you can walk into stores in California and walk out and have it not actually be a crime. The fact that these guys actually had to take out their wallet and pay to get in and put themselves on surveillance and put themselves at risk at going to jail. They should have came to California and they could have walked into any department store and in an afternoon could have walked out with as much money as they risk at the Dallas Card Show. But we'll certainly talk about that because, again, at these white cultural events, things like this do shock the hobby.
I think they should have blurred out the other people's faces in those videos, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah, especially the kids. There were people
sure.
under 18. That should have been blurred out. We are joined by super producer Tim on a Thursday night in beautiful California. It's probably a little hot. Probably waiting for the sun to go down a little bit. Then he's going to go to work. So we won't keep him long, but we appreciate him coming and manning the chat room. And we are, of course, joined by Ryan. How we doing?
Batting 3 for 3 today. The 3 air conditioners in my house have all went out. So we got a hot, sweaty episode of Sports Card Radio. I hope you guys are ready. We've got a bunch of y'all hobby heroes to talk about tonight. We went to one of your hobby heroes' donut shop today. Did we run into the man himself? They call him Mojo Sports. So his father famously runs a donut shop. We were in the area checking out a rather large collection for sale with Auburn Trading Card Show. And so we decided to pop on by because, as you can tell, I never pass up a donut if I see one. So we stopped by Bill's Donuts. So we can certainly talk about that. But we got a bunch of hobby heroes to talk about. We got the Dallas Card Show theft, like you mentioned, $2 million in cards were stolen. Looked like an orchestrated thing. Doesn't look like these guys are on the top 10 most wanted fugitives quite yet. But maybe we'll have to put them up over here on Sports Card Radio. You can see who we're not afraid to copycat people over here at Sports Card Radio. Back in 2019, some people were like, "Oh, it'd be cool if you had like an FBI wanted list for all the card trimmers." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do that." So maybe we'll have to put the suspects in the Dallas Card Show theft up on sportscardradio.com. Certainly one of the biggest hobby stories of the year. So we'll certainly get into that. We got to talk about InvestaCard. Remember him? We're live. We have an update from an InvestaCard investor.
How do we not have an investment yet? This guy has an investor, actually a very well-known investor.
Extremely well-known investor. So, we got things to work on, but that investment may not be looking so good. So, we'll be getting into all of that. We got emails about your favorite hobby heroes, Backyard Breaks. The guy who owns the PSA vending machine, he emailed Sports Card Radio. He also wants to come onto the show. I'm debating whether to let him call on. He can call in actually to the cbhobby.com hotline at any moment. I'll have to pull out my phone and pull up the DMs that his wife sent me if he did do that. But maybe we'll orchestrate a time for the owner of the PSA vending machine, Justin Rumpf, to call. I'm certainly not opposed to it. I would need to prepare for it. And without sufficient air conditioning except in my vehicle, it's not something I want to sit down for 30 minutes and do. But you're allowed to call the cbhobby.com hotline at any fucking moment. Tim will probably put the link to that in the chat. But we got InvestaCard. We got Backyard Breaks to talk about. We got an email about them. We got the National. We found out this week your cards aren't safe at these card shows. What about your data? the National may be coming for it. Got an interesting email about that. Got a couple emails about PSA because the floodgates have opened. After they were going to partner with Heroes of Sport on the Heroes of Sport repack vending machine. And we have several more Hobby Hero updates to get into. I do want to also mention, if you're into beef jerky, we've gone full grift mode over here at Sports Card Radio. That dude's barbecue, baby. This is good shit. I had a whole bag of the old fashioned that he was selling at the Fairfield Card Show. And if you use the promo code Sports Card Radio, you can save 7%, baby. So you can get some beef jerky.
Other influencers like Jeff Wilson cost you money because he tells you to buy Will Grier
for real
and all the modern cards at the top of the market. Whereas here at Sports Card Radio, you can save 10% on some boxes, and then you can go save 7% on beef jerky. I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, you don't you hardly ever get slapped on a bag of beef jerky. It's hard to lose on that. All different. I mean, if you like the wet kind, if you like the dry kind, oh my God, this shit is mouth-watering. So, promo code Sports Card Radio. Promo code Will Greer to save 10% over on cbhobby.com. That's right. We don't have a promo code yet for Cards HQ. Maybe they're not open yet. Maybe they let her in early and they're not open yet.
I don't know. I saw customers rolling around.
Looks a little crickety. Maybe VIP only at 9 in the morning or something.
Maybe.
It is a little crickety in there. But our girl Mary Gamble's looking great. Our boy Kenny Golden missed the 9 figures. You could spend 3 figures on his autograph tonight. $368. Man, hey,
really?
Why? He should just be signing. He should be signing like Jose Canseco, and some of these guys sign autographs. He
could buy eBay if he keeps selling these. I mean, $300.
There you go, JSA authenticated. There it is. There's the sticker. I think somebody at the National, you should just walk up to him and fucking get him to sign like 100 of them.
Man, we should just get him to sign. If you can get $300 a card, maybe we can only pay him $25 or something. And
okay, what would you rather have? What would you rather have? The Ken Golden, which is currently at $368, the Bronny James, which is at $1,200. It's out of 99 autographed. Looks like sticker. PSA 10 pop 2, PSA 9 auto 10, or Livy Dunn's favorite man.
Oh, God.
Paul Skeens, who I think threw 7 no-hit innings today and got taken out. Looks like a Bowman Sapphire 4 of 5. 7 racks. Who said pitchers aren't investments, baby? This boy is.
Is that even like a rookie card? That's like 2023.
It's not. It's like whatever pre-rookie or whatever.
But he has like other cards other than that, right? Like he can't have.
I'm sure he has like a first Bowman and all that. It's just stupid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
Which
would you rather have?
Legit question. Skeens, I don't know much about other than that he is dating fan of the show, Livy Dunn. I don't know much about him. I just know the track record of pitchers having longevity in the hobby. Not really a good one. So I'm going to rule out Skeens. I think you'd be a seller of Skeens. Bronny James is an interesting one. I see 53 bids. So there's certainly people out there that believe in Bronny. But the thing is with Bronny is let's assume that he does have a good career. Because there's so many people who are like, oh, he got, and I think it's generally true. People are like, oh, he just got drafted because LeBron. And he's getting whatever. He's just getting favoritism because he's LeBron's kid. And I don't think there's any denying that. And I think on a good day, even Bronny James and LeBron James would admit that themselves. And look, we see this in politics. We see this, all over the place. Favoritism is fine. But the general consensus on Bronny is that he blows. Now, there's some sports card collectors out there. In fact, there's more than some that still believe in him. So I think there's actually, believe it or not, even though that card's 1,000, which is ridiculous, I actually think there's probably more upside in Bronny James cards because we've talked about this numerous times on the show. What makes your cards go up? It's not Luka going to the finals. It's not even Luka going to the finals and winning. We saw Jason Tatum went to the finals and won. And what did his cards do? They went down because that was what was expected of him. What's expected of Bronny is for him to be LeBron James' son, for him not to be even anywhere close to being as good. He'll have a couple year stint with the Lakers where he might play a handful of games, spend time in the D League, and eventually he'll wash out and he'll be a nothing. That's the expectations of Bronny by most people. I've not heard many people actually expecting to have a quality career in the NBA. Now, what if he does that? Well, that would be the surprise to the upside. It'll be like, wait, Bronny James might actually be, he's not going to be LeBron, but maybe he'll be a high quality player. Maybe he can turn himself, Jalen Brunson's a stretch, but maybe he can turn himself into a really high quality player in the NBA. With a lot of hard work and a lot of practice, a lot of work on his fundamentals, dribbling, footwork, he certainly can do it. I think anybody with his type of athletic ability certainly could become a high quality NBA player. Now, is he willing to go through the work? Probably not. Most people aren't. But I think the upside is with Bronny James, believe it or not, because the expectations actually are so low. Ken Golden's a wild card. We've seen these cards sell before, I think, for like $300. I don't know what upside can, like what upside does a Ken autograph have? I mean, if I was him, I'd be signing these cards every week and having them listed if they're selling for 300. I mean, come on, 39 bids? Is this for real? So, yeah, I mean, I think I'd go with Bronny.
Real quick. You get 6 acres real quick if you just start selling your autograph for $368 a hit.
Maybe that's that's our next grift is we just start signing shit.
Man, if we can get $300. Jason Moran. Jason Moran chipped in with the $5. He says, our boy Skeen shouldn't have let Livy Dunn go to the Diddy's party unescorted. So maybe he was busy, maybe he was working, but
he was probably
see some of you can see some of his cards. This $80,000 2013 Bowman Draft Superfractor, 17 racks for the actually.
So 23 is
the same one. This one's 4 or 5. This one was 5.
23 is his first.
He was just drafted. Yeah, I mean, he was just drafted. So
wow,
he's made a quick ascension to the pros. Yeah, he's dominating, and maybe he might even start the All-Star game. I don't know where that comes in the rotation, but yeah, dude's on fire. So
cool.
We shall see. Very exciting for Pirates fans and anybody at baseball. Yeah, they took him out. Yeah, a no-hitter going, and they took him out. So the Moneyball new era of baseball, that never would have happened. Mini number, and probably once he gets more established, they're not going to take him out in the 7th inning, once he builds up his arm strength. So that's what's happening there. So you went with Bronny. Okay, that's interesting. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Rick Galvez. We got Robert S. We got BK Sports Cards. We got Chasing Majors. We got Pedro Simones. That's a good name. Keon's Box Break. Dave Thomas. Welcome. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of your hobby heroes to get into tonight. We are a couple weeks away from the National.
Couple weeks? Wow.
And so we will talk about that. Who do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about InvestaCard? You want to talk about the top 10 most wanted list in this heist? What do you want to hit on first?
Let's start with the InvestaCard. I think this is kind of interesting.
Okay, let me get to the email. Oh, I do like this quote. Antonio Brown sometimes has some misses, but this is pretty good. He says, every day is a half day if you just fucking leave, quote unquote, from Antonio Brown. I would actually take that one step further. I would say every day is a day off if you just never fucking show up. So, I mean, fuck the half day. Just take the full day, baby. InvestaCard. One of the hobby. Go ahead, Tim.
Called the WNBA the NBA charity case.
Who said that? Oh, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some hot takes. Maybe they're from getting banged in the head a little bit on the football field, so maybe he's got an excuse there. But he certainly's got some hot takes. Not afraid to let it fly. So
I like that.
I do. I appreciate it.
Oh, SCV. Somebody brought that up. Big Max. Yeah, didn't he put a
We got to
farewell
talk about
video?
that. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Let me write that down.
Chad's been saying he retired.
Yes.
It looks like he is retired. So that is well, hopefully it's one of those things where it's like it's the band retires, but then they have like 18 comeback tours. So maybe it's one of those deals. Somebody who looks legit retired though. This boy hasn't posted since he was at the National last year. One of the hobby darlings. Does his
How
website
do these
still
guys
work?
get
Where is it?
investment? I mean, look at the guy.
You just talk. You just put on a you don't even have to put on a tie. You just put on a dress shirt with a sports coat and you just pitch people at the peak of the market that you're going to loan people money for cards, charge insane probably interest rates, and still somehow fumble this back. Because like I said, this boy hasn't been on Instagram in a year. 17,000 followers. That's probably a lot to some people, right? It's a lot, right? It's more than Mary Gamble. How many's our girl got?
No.
She got 8,200. She's coming up, man.
What's wrong with these people?
But still half as many as InvestaCard. This boy was on, Google Jeff Wilson and InvestaCard. And I think this boy had an interview on there. So he was promoted by some of the hobby elite. Went from show to show. He was involved in the shady dealings with Enrico, who had a bunch of cards stolen, lost and or stolen. They ended up in the hands of the likes of Prism God. Prism God got a $60,000 loan on a Jordan card. And I believe they had to sue Prism God and InvestaCard to try to get that card back. Well, InvestaCard's missing, right? So much so, I don't know if you guys know this, but the person behind and who backed this website was this guy, Marcus Lemonis, who has a show on what's it called? CNBC called
I don't
Profit,
think it's on there anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of CNBC, but he's actually kind of vanished from. He had like 2 shows, I think, on CNBC. He had the Profit, but then I think maybe one was just kind of a
Fixer.
So I don't know if his contract ran out, or I just haven't seen him as much in the public eye. I know I'm pretty sure he's still maybe the board member. He might even be the CEO of Camping World. So it could be that he just has other things that he's doing.
Right.
But obviously he has other things that he's doing, but I just haven't seen him on TV as much as for a while there. He was pretty hot.
Mm-hmm. So he was an investor, kind of a partner in InvestaCard. Marcus Lemonis was. And Paul Lesko, who's kind of the hobby lawyer who updates the hobby world on a lot of legal cases going on in the sports card world. Well, there was the Enrico Baldando versus InvestaCard matter that he was updating. And M&T Trading asked Marcus Lemonis, he said, "Hey, what happened with your business, Marcus?" I guess the guy never showed up to court, the InvestaCard guy. Marcus Lemonis replied, he said, "Unreal. No idea, but my money is gone, and so is everyone who took it." So I think our boy Marcus Lemonis wants to put InvestaCard on the top 10 most wanted fugitives, because apparently, and I don't know this guy's name, but Mr. InvestaCard has walked off with some of this investor money from Marcus Lemonis. Now, we do know that the building in Florida that InvestaCard was housed out of, like some 3,000 square foot joint, I mean, it was like damn near the sides of Cards HQ. I don't know, he like foreclosed on that, or he walked away from the lease or whatever. I believe he even got sued for that as well. So what do you think about InvestaCard has not posted on Instagram in over a year, or going on a year. Here he is with our hobby hero,
There he is.
Mojo. So we missed Mojo today. But what do you think about Marcus Lemonis?
I mean, it just amazes me that these guys get investments, they're getting office space. Every hobby influencer from Mojo to Jeff Wilson to I'm sure there's been many, many more. Pump this guy. You had fucking what's his name? The dude from Atlanta or whatever, the card show guy, buys, basically gets stolen goods off of them. I mean, they may not have known, but I mean, I tell you what, I have a proposal for Mr. Lemonis. If we can track down investor, and I say we, not you and me and Tim, but everybody watching, because there's certainly people watching that are bigger internet sleuths than we are. But I'm thinking if we track them down, then we get first, we don't need a guaranteed investment, but we'll come up with a product for the trading card industry, product or a service, a website, something. And we get to pitch it to Marcus. And he gives us the same time and probably the same leeway that he gave this guy. Because this guy didn't really have that much of a business. It was a niche lending product in an area of the market that was kind of flourishing, but he didn't really have anything other than that, other than a few Instagram followers, which we can get, and a website, which we can get in an afternoon. So that's what I ask, is if we can track them down, figure out what happened to the money, and then whoever finds it out, let's come up with a trading card product. We'll pitch it to Lemonis. If he likes it, he'll give us a couple of bucks. We'll give him favorable terms.
Okay.
Because this is not our children. It's not our baby. It's just a business. So we'll give him favorable terms. And we won't vanish. We won't go poof. We won't scam the industry. We won't take stolen cards from people. We'll actually maybe be a good steward of his money. And we have a built-in marketing platform right here on Sports Card Radio, one of the most popular YouTube channels, most popular live stream. We'll start doing fucking podcasts. We can do backlinks on the website. We can just do it all. With Marcus's support, we can blow up any product here in the hobby, just like CB Hobby's been blowing up due to the promo code Will Grier. So,
yeah,
there we go.
These guys had no problem tracking down InvestaCard. I mean, it looks like none of these hobby heroes ever had any problems tracking down InvestaCard. So, wonder what happened. Wonder if he'll be at the National. He'll just show up. Some people can't resist. Like, will Rob, the sports card therapist, show up at the National? Because he can't resist.
I mean, I think we'll talk about that. And I think we talked about it last week, that VIP passes are still for sale, I think, at the National. And so I think it's just in general, the interest in going is lower. So maybe some of these guys will show up. Maybe it's a big enough event there you can kind of blend in, put a hat on or whatever.
Finally, all access.
Oh my God.
Out, it looks like.
Oh my God.
Breaking news.
Never mind. But it could be that some of these guys do reappear. We saw that all the time. Guys that would send over threatening lawsuits to us. You wouldn't see them. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, there he is back at the National. National basically just resuscitates these guys. Gives them a platform, gives them legitimacy.
What's his name?
Maybe
Gelfman,
in some cases,
or whatever.
Yeah, Gelfman every year runs I don't know if he's still running the Breaker Pavilion or whatever that is.
Yeah.
But you never hear from that guy until the National. So they just continue to give people in this hobby legitimacy, get them investments. And the influencers just eat it up like they will at this year's show. They'll walk around, promote anything. Did anybody give a promo code to InvestaCard and actually save you some money? Maybe not. But, showing off the weak Rolex, I don't even know if that's a real one. So that should have been a big sign right there that you wearing like a busted Datejust. Come on. Mojo was boys with this guy.
We shouldn't be the one talking about this, I don't think, because we've never met the guy. I don't even know his name. So, but he seemed like it. We didn't create content during the hobby boom, and this is one of the guys that was propped up, and you saw. This was like a face you saw. And now his business partner has no idea where he went. So it looks like he's on at least Marcus Lemonis's top 10 most wanted list. So if anybody sees InvestaCard, tell them the guy who invested in his business is looking for him. So pretty interesting. Is this our boy Prism God? So there you go. Maybe they did the Jordan loan right here. Pretty interesting stuff. What do you want? You want to talk about the heist? Do you want to talk about SCV? You want to talk about Bill's Donuts?
Forget Bill's Donuts. Let's go with SCV. Unplanned topic.
Hey, man, this guy was making the best content in sports cards for the better part of 6 months here. And it looks like 2 days ago, I don't know if you guys can see that. My fucking computer's glitching. He announced his retirement on YouTube. What are your thoughts about SCV retiring from the sports card content world?
Reason?
He's young and he just wants to do more shit, probably bang more chicks, make more money, and we've seen it. I mean, you make content in this space and you bring you don't exactly attract the best and the brightest. So could be a number of different things, but he's young and he could do anything he wants. In terms of life, my advice to him personally is, if I were him, I would decide, do I want to work a corporate job or do I want to go out on my own and do my own thing? Corporate jobs can be very lucrative and you can make a ton of money working in the corporate world. I think he would do well in both environments. I could teach him how to scalp football tickets in 5 minutes, and this boy would forget all about sports cards. So, what do you think?
I think on the money side, he talked a little bit about, the desire maybe to make more money, that he felt like maybe what he was doing, buying and selling and grading trading cards, was not what he was put on this earth to do. And I think coming to that realization is a good thing. And being able to not only coming to that realization, but able to admit that actually is a pretty strong sign of maturity. What I will say on the money side is, as somebody that has certainly had times in my life where I haven't had a lot of money, there's been times in my life where maybe I've had a little bit more money than normal. Money doesn't do anything. Money really doesn't do anything. Money does pay your bills. Money will maybe make you have a little slightly nicer vacation. Money might buy you a nicer watch, allow you to drive a nicer car, maybe live in a nicer neighborhood, wear nicer clothes, those types of things. But at the end of the day, money just comes and goes. Money comes and goes. And so for me, if I were to give him some advice, is don't focus on the money. Whatever you decide to do, money's always going to be there in one form and another. And to me, it seems like he's, instead of lacking money, it seems like he's lacking inspiration. He's lacking enjoyment. Although this did seem somewhat sudden to me. It wasn't like he went away for a month and then did this retirement video. He had a series of videos. Now, some of them I think were slightly off topic. He had a few videos where he went maybe slightly off topic, which is totally fine. That's more than fine to do on YouTube. YouTube doesn't usually reward you for it, But there's no problem doing that. It's your channel, and you should post the content that you want to do rather than what YouTube wants you to post. But this did seem kind of sudden because he's making videos, and then all of a sudden it's I'm retired. So I thought that was, I wouldn't say it was a little strange. I've certainly come to sudden decisions myself as well. But I would say that, again, being somebody that was once his age and at his age didn't have a ton of money, really didn't start making good money until I hit my 30s, actually, probably. Money doesn't change anything. Money doesn't make you, money does not automatically make you happier. It could give you some nicer stuff. And in the moment that might make you happy, but it really doesn't do anything. What gets you excited is pursuing something, being motivated about something. For me, it's like, if I don't want to sleep, if I just want to work on something and I don't want to sleep, that's when I know I'm working on the right thing. When I've fallen asleep at my computers, or my eyes have gotten so tired of looking at the computer screen. I remember we were working on sports car radio like tirelessly. This was way back before anybody listened or, even knew what we were doing. We would sit and work on that website 8 hours a day, every single day for like months and months and months and months. And so, but it was what we wanted to do. And it wasn't all about the money, certainly in those moments. In fact, once the money started coming in on the website, for me, it was like, that's when you started losing interest in it, actually. There are people out there that just like building stuff up. I'm certainly one of those people. I love building something new. Once something has reached maturity level, I kind of like to sell it. I lose a little bit of interest in it. I'm not as excited about it. I'd much rather go work on something, make no money, but have the upside to millions, rather than work and make good money. And I've just come from a job where I was making really good money and I couldn't be happier. I went from making like $400 a day to like, now I'm making like $4 a day, and I couldn't be happier.
Backpacks.
Okay. Yeah. I couldn't be happier going to Ross and buying backpacks. People might think, oh, that's a step down. That's, but look, I've saved my money. I didn't buy an expensive house. I know I buy expensive watches and shit like that, but you can sell those instantly and get all your money back. I have money in the bank. I got health care. If I lost 10 pounds, I'd be in really good shape and I'd be good. So the advice I would give to him is, don't worry about the money. Figure out what you enjoy doing and go after that. And if you make no money and you got to downsize your apartment, you got to get rid of the Nikes, you got to trade in the Volvo and go down to a Toyota, do it. That's what I would say. It's not all about the money. It's more about what gets you excited when you get up, and more importantly, what gets you excited to keep working. Because anybody can get up to work something, but can you work all day and not put in a half a day like our boy Antonio Brown does? So got to be excited about it.
I think you could get up and take the full day off. Right? I think what you said about, it's not all about the money. I mean, I've gone through similar things where I was making a bunch of money and then that source of income gets cut off, or the tap literally gets turned off. And it's something you've got to be prepared for, but it doesn't change your happiness level. You maybe you can fly to Vegas at any time you want. Maybe you can fire off money at any time you want, but it doesn't change your happiness level. You can be dead broke. And as long as you're kind of pursuing something and you're pursuing your own happiness and whatever that is, and you're being productive, I think, with your time in whatever way that is, you can be Antonio Brown and just fucking take a half day, or you could sit here and grind on anything you want. So hopefully this is not really a retirement. This is more of maybe take us a little break. But hopefully there's some more videos on this channel, because I mean, he's only been making content for 10 months. Honestly, this is some of the, whether you or not you agree with him or not, that's part of what makes his content good, is because he's not afraid to fucking say shit. Like, he's not afraid to have an opinion and a take. So 10 months, pretty good 10 months, I think. If he indeed retires and disappears for at least a little while, it's a good 10 months. So we appreciate the content, and he's more than welcome to come out of retirement and call into the Sports Card Radio hotline at any moment. And if my advice to him is don't be afraid to follow the advice of Antonio Brown and take some half days and take some full days and pursue happiness. What should we get into next? Did I spell heist right on the, is it I before E on heist? We might have to Google that. That's bothering me. Should we get into, honestly, this is one of the biggest sports card stories of the fucking year, isn't it? I mean, everybody was talking about this shit, and maybe it's because we're from Stockton and our house has literally been robbed, and we've literally, gotten into situations where, this is actually pretty common. If expensive stuff is around, there's going to be vultures just fucking after that shit. And so maybe we're kind of immune to this, but this did catch on not only with the hobby at large, but even mainstream media started. Here's one of our boys who was a part of this little heist. I'm sure most of you guys have heard about it as the Dallas Card Show was closing up. Looks like a coordinated effort to distract some dealers who own this entire block of tables. Distracted these guys. Somebody walked up. This guy right here walked up and fucking jacked a Zion case with supposedly $2 million worth of cards. A bunch of 52 Mantles and a whole bunch of shit. And so far, from what we know, go ahead.
That said they only saw them take the case, but didn't know what was actually inside.
True. I have heard one of the reasons why I didn't make any content on this is because I can't actually verify what happened here. Like all I would be doing is taking the word of people that say, oh yeah, this got stolen. Whereas I can't verify that actually happened. Now I think that's what happened. Because wherever there's expensive stuff around, there's going to be vultures who are going to swipe stuff. And we've seen lower levels of theft at the National, at other big card shows, at every card show. There's theft. This one was rather large. It was caught on video. Again, some people are saying, hey, maybe this is just some kind of big insurance fraud setup. I think, Colin, we were talking about this today. You made a good point. You're like, hey, if this was insurance fraud, just fucking say that your house flooded or it caught on fire, or throw the case off the side of the road or something. I don't know if you'd set it up in a way that puts the people who you're setting up at risk of getting on the top 10 most wanted list. So what are your thoughts? Go ahead, Tim.
Literal FBI level type investigation stuff. So
maybe I think by the hobby, but I think the Dallas Police Department, I don't think they're looking at this very closely. Rapes, murders, high end drug deals. To me, that's what they're focused on. I think this kind of stuff, it's like, we'll look for them, but we're not going to be putting infrared cameras and shit looking for these motherfuckers. I think within the hobby, they're going to have to get some tips to find these people. In my opinion, I don't know how good the police department is down there. Like I said, you could walk into these stores in California and just take whatever you want. So the fact that this happened doesn't surprise kind of me one bit. Colin, what are your thoughts on the heist of the year?
Yeah, to me, I've kind of ruled out some type of inside job for insurance purposes, because I just don't think you would do it in this way. Maybe you're unaware that there's all these cameras and things like that, but it seems like to me, I mean, unless you're really, really stupid, which a lot of the dealers that set up at the Dallas Card Show that don't have an IQ above a lot of the card numbers on the cards they're selling. But this seems to me to be a really, really dumb way to try to get insurance money. Like, just have the cards fall off your truck, have a flood. I mean, it was pouring rain in Dallas, wasn't it? Or in Texas? I mean, there was like a fucking hurricane there, like last week or something. So they've had some bad weather. Mail them somewhere and have them get lost. You know what I mean? Like, it seems to me there'd be a lot of ways where if you wanted to cash in on insurance, there'd be better ways than this. And would you really be out there? I mean, they are like, the guy that has this stolen is out there just like, look for this guy, look for this guy, look for this guy. If these guys were in on it with you, would you really be doing that? Because like these guys, like everybody would go to jail. Like if that's what's happening here. You know what I mean? Whoa.
What's his Instagram name? God, I got typed in the wrong damn thing. I was trying to
lost my train of thought there.
Sorry,
thinking about splitting some goalposts now, guys.
The algorithm on Mark Zuckerberg's website. Damn, it ain't messing around. Can you even show that on YouTube?
Fuck this Dallas card show. Let's talk about the cheeks that we're seeing here. Anyways, so I've ruled out any type of fraud. I think we could debate the IQ level of leaving this amount of cards just sitting on a table. I know if I had, I've never had, what does he say? It was $2 million in cards.
Yeah. I've
never had anywhere close to 2 million. Other than maybe a vacation house that we've been in. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I've been in $2 million houses. I know that. I don't live in one, but I've been in a $2 million house. I've never had anywhere close to 2 million on me in cash or in product. The only thing of value that I wear a lot is a watch that's, 30, 40, 50,000 on a good day. And if I lost that, whatever, or if somebody jacked it off my wrist, I wouldn't say I was be expecting it, but if I walk through, like when I walk through large crowds with my watch, I am very conscious of somebody not getting close to me and trying to take it off my wrist, because it happens all the time. And so if you had this much in cards, and you had it in a briefcase or whatever it was in, how do you not have that briefcase handcuffed to you like the fucking nuclear codes of the football? I know in hindsight, it's easy to say, oh, they should have, done this, that, and the other. Well, it's come on. If you go to some of these shows, I don't really see it at trading card shows, but I think at the National, I've never been to the National, but I think they have safe services, right, Ryan? Where you can actually rent a safe and they'll actually bring it to your booth or whatever.
I'm not familiar with that. I do know that a lot of the higher end auction houses and people, I think even Kenny has like private security. We're going to have private security at the Burbank card show. I mean, this is something we thought about before the robbery. I mean, this is just what you do. My experience at the Dallas card show is this is just like a lawless event. It's just like a cesspool of scammers. Not everybody. 99% of the people are fine, but there is a cesspool of scamming that goes on at the Dallas card show. And there's been fights there. There's been other thefts. There's been confrontations that have happened there. Not saying you shouldn't go, but wherever there's expensive stuff, there's going to be vultures. And you got to be on high alert at all times. And I don't think the police are like sitting there fucking spending hours on this shit. Like somebody else is going to have to crack this. People within the hobby are going to have to know these guys or figure this out. Or these guys are going to have to be stupid in the way they off the merchandise. But here's the funny thing. These guys could get caught, go spend some months in jail, and they'll be welcomed right back at these card shows. Welcomed right back with open arms. So it's in part the Hobby Positivity's fault. The Hobby Positivity's crew fault that this stuff happens. Because isn't everything in the hobby just safe and fun? And these card shows are so fun. Guys better load up when you go to Cleveland. There's going to be a bunch of vultures, a bunch of scammers, and a bunch of people looking to steal from you. Period. Not one person, not two people. There will be probably hundreds of thieves descending upon Cleveland.
Well, they just saw this and they were like, oh shit, 1.2 million or have 2 million sitting on a table.
And nobody knows who any of these fuckers are.
And people were like, oh, this is really sophisticated. No, it's not. They literally got like the 2 or 3 employees to talk to them for 10 seconds and they pulled the $2 million out.
Yeah, does this guy scream sophistication? Does he scream sophistication to you, Colin?
No. This was not sophisticated at all. They just knew where to strike and when to strike, and they did. And the fact, I mean, if this was in California, this would not have even made the news because the police wouldn't even showed up. So they are lucky that it's in Dallas where they actually do care about the rule of law, maybe a little bit. But in a liberal state like New York City or California, they've been like, oh, you lost 2 million. Well, you're fucking stupid.
Baseball cards. They're going to be like, well, oh, you had Beanie Babies too.
Yeah.
Like,
they're going to like,
people
oh,
don't
you're going to have to. Yeah.
People don't associate cards being valuable. Like literally people do not, especially if you don't know anything about cards. You're like, what? The fucking Mickey Mantle's 15,000? Like what? It's more than my fucking car. I don't think the cops are like, oh my God, we're waking up in the morning and fucking hitting these leads. And somebody was like, oh, did you dust the thing for fingerprints? It's like, fuck no, maybe. But fucking Nat Turner's fingerprints and Kurt's fingerprints are all over those fucking things too.
And let's be real. If these guys show up at a show, pop these things out, and sell them for 80
a line of buyers.
Line of fucking out the door. Not even asking a single question. He could have the exact, like we could know the exact inventory. Mickey, Babe Ruth, whoever. He could show up at a card show, all cracked out of PSA, have them all laid out on the table, look exactly like the dude in the picture, wearing the exact same shirt and the stupid man purse. And if he was offering 80 off, there'd be a line out the fucking door of guys looking to buy. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying, oh, sports card radio, you're so negative, all you do is talk about negative content. Negative this, negative that. What is this? What is this? Open your fucking eyes. If you have $2 million laying around, Ryan, if you had a $2 million house, would you leave the front door open?
Maybe you could, if you were kind of secluded enough. But this is a fucking Dallas card.
If you had a $2 million Bugatti, would you pull up to a Dallas card show and leave the keys on the dash? And that's literally what these guys did.
Who I met 5 minutes ago.
That might be safer than the Dallas card show. These guys literally, I mean, this is not like, everybody has different levels of, is it 2 million? Is that what they said? $2 million in cards? Has anybody confirmed this?
I mean,
I saw what they were asking for these cards.
Maybe full retail, but
I read the article in the Atlantic or whatever, and they were like, there was a Mickey Mantle that he was asking 170,000 for. And I was like, was it worth that? Was it even worth that much?
Well, how did he know what was all up in the case? Like, how did he know exactly what was in the case?
I mean, I think you're going to know. If you're a watch dealer and you set up and somebody walks off with 30 of your watches, you're going to know which 30 they took. Off the top of your head, probably.
Yeah, maybe when we're talking about
like he has had these cards forever. Okay, it wasn't like he just came into these cards. He's one of these dealers that has had these cards for a long time. and he's just waiting for his price. And again, I don't like to call this unlucky. I just think this is incompetence. If you have a $2 million car, you're not going to pull up and leave the keys on the dash. And that's what he did. If you have a $2 million house and there's like a gathering out in your neighborhood, you're not just going to leave the door open. If you have a $2 million painting, you're not going to put it on your front yard.
I think this hobby's been conditioned that everything's a-okay. Everything's happy and positive at these shows. Nothing ever happens. We shouldn't even talk about the negativity.
No, why are we talking about this?
Right. This is negative. This is very negative. That's why I was kind of surprised how big it blew up, because I was like, this is negative. Doesn't help the Dallas Card Show. Doesn't make dealers feel safe. Doesn't make you want to go to one of these shows. Doesn't want to make you rip wax. Doesn't want to make you collect cards. Doesn't want to make you want to bid on auctions. Doesn't want to make you become a dealer.
Doesn't make you want to go to the Dallas Card Show.
There's a lot like the Kurt's Card Care shit. The Kurt's Card Care shit makes you want to send in cards to get graded. Makes you want to look at your cards closer. You know, you're not just looking at pool table ass. You're looking at your cards closer. There's a lot of, quote, negative stuff in the hobby that actually makes people go out and buy cards. I don't think this makes people buy cards at all. I think this feeds into how naive this hobby has become since Jeff Wilson told you guys to buy sports cards back in 2020. This should be expected that this happens. There's millions of dollars of fucking shit laying out. Of course, there's going to be somebody who's going to come around, or a group of people, and try to steal it.
Yep.
Period. So when you guys go to traipse off to Cleveland in a couple weeks, don't trust everybody, especially people who look like this. Not everybody's your friend. So didn't shock me one bit. Especially that it happened in Dallas. Maybe if this was at the fucking Midwest show or the Fairfield show or somewhere where it's not so lawless. The Dallas Card Show, something happens there every other fucking show. There's a fight, there's a confrontation, there's a theft. There's probably there's Mr. Minty right there, probably. I think that's his little thing. So, I mean, anything goes there. Anything goes at this fucking show.
Almost looks like Roth cards right there on his left shoulder, too.
And maybe it is. Where's all these influencers? Shouldn't they know who these guys are? It's probably influencers trying to buy cards from this guy right now. But like, oh, let me get that 52 Mano on the cheap. We'll crack it and we'll send it into HGA and we'll rub it down with Kurt. We'll get those creases out and nobody will know. This hobby is shady. Period. This type of stuff should be expected. So, I mean, I don't know what to do about it. The cops aren't looking for this. The cops don't have this guy on a fucking FBI most wanted list. They're looking for fucking homie over here. Or what did our girl Ruja do? Man, she better done something serious, man.
Look at those lips.
She better done something serious.
That's some DSL right there, boy.
Massive fraud scheme that affected millions of investors worldwide.
Wow. What's her phone number?
Yeah, no shit. Should we? Yeah, let's find her. So like you said, Texas is a little more conservative, but I think the hobby is going to have to crack this case.
If you have $2 million of cash on you, Ryan, just $2 million in cash, forget pictures of men. 2 million. In fact, in today's economy, Joe Biden's economy, I would rather have $2 million of baseball cards than $2 million in cash. because at least in an inflationary environment, the cards are moving up with inflation and not depreciating like the dollar is. This is exactly like having a briefcase of cash. And if you were carrying around, Ryan, a briefcase today, we were carrying around, we had $15,000 with us. Okay. It was in a very specific place at all times that even if you broke into the car, would have been very hard to get. And if you broke into the car, the alarms sound on a Tesla, they start recording you, everything gets locked down. It would have been very hard to get the money, even if you broke into the car. How do you have $2 million on you? You think you're safe. And again,
you think you're safe.
False sense of security that this hobby tries to project. That everything's great. Don't talk about the negativity. It's only about the positivity. It's only about the things that'll make this hobby grow. Well, you just got jacked for $2 million. So who's going to be next?
The biggest, one of the biggest, if not the biggest hobby story of the year this year is a $2 million theft at a card show. Period. So the optics are horrible. You've got these marquee events that are coming up kind of back to back to back. There are going to be thieves and scammers at the National. Period. Dozens, if not hundreds of them, guys. Looking to take your cards, take your money, screw you over in a trade, bump you out of line when you're waiting for your VIP packs.
Or
let
like
alone the
InvestaCard.
companies there. Yeah, let alone the companies that'll be there. I mean, my God.
And Ryan, isn't this, we hear it all the time because we use the vaults. 90% of our pictures of men are in vaults. And we hear it all the time. I wouldn't use a vault. I got to be fondling my pictures of men. I don't trust the vault.
What if they take your cards?
What happens? What happened? No, this is what happens, guys. If you had $2 million of cards in a vault, you'd still have them. Period.
Yeah, this is very important. Unfortunate. This is very, very negative. This is very negative.
Is $2 million even going to walk through the door at Dallas Card Show? Why do you need $2 million of cards?
Yes, for sure. I mean, there's repackers walking around with stacks trying to buy $100,000.
Not $2 million though.
Multiple.
No,
I think total for sure. Yeah, dude, this is a very large card show. This is like 700 tables. Very large, well-attended card show.
So you're going to bring $2 million there and sell out?
No, of course you're not going to do that.
Away with $2 million. Then why do you need it all? Why do you need it all there?
As a flex, maybe. Maybe it's a flex.
Well, then if you flex, you deserve to get ripped off. If you walk down the Las Vegas Strip and are like, hey, look at my watch, and you're waving it at everybody's faces, well, of course, somebody's going to come and snatch it off your wrist. And that's what happened here. You showed up to $2 million with $2 million of shit where you might sell 100,000.
People
there's not a whole lot of
people have cut off women's ears for like $50K worth of diamond earrings.
Oh yeah, the vultures and the thieves. Usually they don't take that. Usually they're just grabbing a card or two, and you kind of look, and maybe you don't even notice it. Maybe it's like something out of your dollar bin. There was that guy at Ethan's card shop in Kentucky who was like just taking little handfuls out of the dollar bins, right? So there's like this low-level scam that's everywhere at these card shows. But maybe you don't notice it. Maybe you're like, fuck it. I didn't see that. This was obviously, they had the both hands in the cookie jar when they went to take this stuff. And maybe they didn't know maybe they didn't even know the case they were taking had all the good shit. Now, how orchestrated it was, they probably did. They probably saw those cards being put away. They were probably circling, looking for dealers to do this to.
Yeah.
And these guys fell victim. And again, we're trying not to victim blame, but we're from Stockton, where if you have expensive shit and it gets stolen, nobody feels sorry for the CVS stores that are getting fucking robbed, or Lululemon, or fucking these. Nobody cares. Or the jewelry stores that go in with 40 guys and smash and grab the whole place. Nobody's like, oh God, we got to fucking protect the jewelry dealers. This is what should be expected. And my guess, if you watch all the preview videos on the National, go watch all of them from like the last 5 years. Does anybody talk about be careful about getting fucking jacked? Bet you they don't. Or bet you it's like 1 or 2. Protect yourself. Don't trust these fucking scumbags. Don't trust guys who look like this. Sorry that we're the only ones who will say it. Sorry everybody wants you to go to these card shows and fucking hold hands and sing Kumbaya. No, there's going to be hundreds of scammers in Cleveland, guys. In a couple weeks.
Matthew with the comment. The victim is very well respected. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Vintage dealer in the community.
Jeez.
Wow.
He's so respected, Colin. Is CVS respected? Is Lululemon or these jewelry stores that get smashed and grabbed, are those respected? Nobody cares. Nobody cares but you little card dorks. Because, oh, he stole some mantles. This should be expected.
Most were also graded, so you can look at the fucking ID or whatever.
Well, they'll crack them out and they'll rub Kurt's card juice on them, and they'll turn into different cards. Then they just go resubmit them to whoever. Like they could just rub Kurt's juice on them now, because that's been allowed in this hobby. Crack all these out, rub Kurt's juice on them, send them back in. They're not going to fucking know which one's which when you take the crease out, or you soak it and you turn the fucking borders white, or you trim off a fucking edge, or you repair a corner. These are all look like 4s, 5s, 5.5s, 8s. Just soak these things for fucking 30 days or whatever it is in the juice, and they'll turn into different cards. Shit, you could go back and set up at the Dallas Card Show and resell these cards. This motherfucker could be standing right there, and there'll be a line of repackers just lapping it up. This guy won't be banned from the hobby because this hobby isn't capable of doing it. This hobby's never been capable of weeding out the scammers. It's not even capable of having a conversation about it. Again, go watch the last fucking any national preview you want. Does anybody talk about getting fucking jacked?
Even the ones in New Jersey.
Yeah, and the ones in Atlantic City. You guys all ran to Atlantic City. Like, I can't wait to go to Atlantic City. It's like, you guys are fucking morons.
Did somebody get jacked? Didn't somebody
somebody got killed? Somebody went missing, Colin. I think somebody went missing, and I don't know if he was ever found. Somebody literally went missing, and they like called his mom and dad. By the way, I have an update.
I think somebody got jacked. I think somebody got jacked. They walked the boardwalk.
You walk down the boardwalk, and you have a 1 in 5 chance to get jacked in Atlantic City. I mean, come on. It makes Stockton look like fucking Beverly Hills.
I think we're desensitized this to a little bit. We were driving through Stockton today, and not in the super, super ghetto parts, but maybe depending on where you're from. I mean, where half of this hobby is from. I mean, they would come to Stockton and they would wet their pants almost immediately. So, I mean, it would
in the good neighborhoods. In the good neighborhoods, like, oh, this is ghetto. Oh, I'm like,
stop it.
Drive 10 minutes, bro, and you'd be fucking. You literally would have a wet spot.
So we're maybe a little desensitized to this. We really don't, having your shit jacked is part of,
it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but you get your shit
But
jacked.
it's part of life.
You know, but if you have, we're talking about this guy claims $2 million, even if that's full retail, and he had this marked up 100%. He had $1 million. Ryan, if I had $1 million, like even if Jeff Bezos had a briefcase of $1 million next to him, he'd be protecting that shit. You know what I mean? Like Jeff Bezos wouldn't just be out there leaving the $1 million briefcase. And Jeff Bezos has hundreds of billions of dollars.
Too comfortable. You just feel comfortable. Too comfortable.
Too comfortable.
And you haven't been told by the likes of Jeff Wilson and Card Collector 2 and on and on and on that this is something that, again, it's usually at a lower level, but this is something that happens at every single card show. Man, the scammer's going to be out in Cleveland. They're going to be like, wow, you got this is 3 days ago. You guys haven't solved this yet?
How do you not have an air tag in the briefcase, Ryan? You know what? I have an air. So I have luggage that's not expensive luggage. It's like $3,000 or $4,000 a piece. But in every single one of my luggages, guess what's in there? A $25 air tag. Well hidden, well concealed. So I know where that item is at all times. Ryan, this is not 1998. This is not 1989. It is 2024. There are tracking devices you can put on the suitcases. You would know exactly where these cards are at this moment, or at the very least, you would know where the suitcase is, and you could have known instantly. You wouldn't have had to call the police. I think you have constitutional carry in Texas, and I don't know the laws, but you might be able to protect your property with the constitutional carry. Here in California, the law's a little blurry. Somebody steals your stuff, I wouldn't go pull a gun out on them. But in Texas, you might actually be able to do that. Have a fucking air tag on your thing. It's 2024. They're $25 each, full price. Let alone you get on Amazon Prime and you get them for like $15.
You could
like if this shit is important to you, like I have shit that's important to me. When I travel with Louis Vuitton luggage. I know that makes me a target. I know that people want to steal that luggage. And we're only talking about a $5,000 duffel bag. There's an air tag in there. So if somebody steals it, unless they really, really dig in there and find the air tag, I'm going to know where that bag is and go be able to track it down. Now, would I go after a guy? Maybe not, actually. Because I don't want to get killed over a $5,000 duffel bag. But this was like $1 million to $2 million of baseball cards. And they were in a suitcase, a Zion case, something. I don't really know. How do you not fucking have a tracking device on that? This is not fucking George Jetson fantasy shit. You literally can have a tracking device on everything these days and know exactly where it is. So I don't know. Maybe we're looking at one of the biggest geniuses in the hobby right now. Or maybe the opposite. We're looking at a couple of dumbasses at the Dallas. I mean, you said you've been to the Dallas Card Show. It's a bunch of fucking low IQ dumb fucks there. This guy's dumb because the guy could have easily had a fucking air tag in the suitcase. Like the guy literally could have spent $25. Fuck insurance. Fuck calling State Farm. Fuck calling Geico. Fuck having some big black dude there as security. Fuck having Smith & Wesson in your pocket. You could have bought a $25 air tag and you would know where your cards are instantly. In fact, it would have sent an alert to your phone. When I walk away from my Louis luggage, it Boop, my phone. You left your Louis bag behind. Like this is like common shit now. How do you let this happen?
You're just way too comfortable.
It's 2024, guys. Newsflash, Amber Alert. If you have inventory, you have a Zion case. Tell you what, it's not that hard to conceal one of those little trackers in there. But I don't even think these guys have a high IQ. They would have taken the cards. That wouldn't have been the first thing that they looked for. They wouldn't be like, is there a little tracking device in here so I don't get fucked? Like, they wouldn't even taken the device. They wouldn't even taken the suitcase if they were worried about that. They didn't give a fuck. Guys, put tracking devices. We'll put a fucking affiliate link on Sports Card Radio. Ryan, you're an Amazon associate affiliate, right? Put up the fucking Amazon Prime deal for the Apple AirTags. If you're not an Apple guy, fucking Android and Samsung make the exact same product. Might be better. I don't know. I just know I used the Apple thing. I bought 4 of them. I think it was for $79.99 or something. I have 2 wristbands for my kids. Not that I'm like super paranoid that I'm going to lose my kids or whatever. I mean, that's where you're going to get shot if you fucking take one of my kids. I mean, that's not even, I wouldn't even fucking think about that. But you're in a big crowd. You're at Disneyland. I think when we went to Universal Studios or whatever, you gotta, you just have it in their pocket or on their wrist. So just in case you lose your kid, heaven fucking forbid you lose your kid. It's not that fucking hard. This is $2 million. Maybe these guys are balling, right? Everybody's in the chat. Oh my God, they were so well respected. Guys, if you're not fucking well respected in your industry, you're a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, so what?
Like, well respected. Don't go around in life, guys, wanting to be well respected. Like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, your wife should respect her. Her family probably should respect you. Your family should respect you. Your children should respect you. And you earn that. Everybody else, go fuck yourself. Who cares what the people at the Dallas Card Show think about your respect level? These guys have no fucking brain. Joe Biden's 10 times more capable. If it was a vote for Dallas Card Show dealer or Joe Biden for president, guys, I have a Make America Great Again hat on. I'm voting for fucking Joe Biden 100 times out of 100. Sleepy Joe could be like, I'm opening the border. I'm getting rid of Second Amendment. I'm abortion. Fuck the 9th month, 28th month. When your kid's in 1st grade, you can fucking kill them. I would vote for Joe Biden over anybody at the Dallas Card Show. That's how fucking stupid you guys are. You had $2 million of cards. How do you not fucking have that handcuffed to you? And if you don't have it handcuffed to you, how do you not have eyes on it at all times? If you don't have eyes on it at all times, well, guess what, guys? It's 2024. Your phone can have its eye on that motherfucker at all times. How do you not got your own fucking cameras? Fuck the Dallas Card Show. Have your own GoPros and all this other shit up. Face recognition software and all that other shit set up. Fucking GoPros are $100 each. Have that all the way on your table. Let alone some 6'9" ex-football player standing at your booth the whole time. And how do you not, if this was cleanup, if this is cleanup, Ryan, and you're cleaning up, okay, you're at your house, you're at the Dallas Card Show, you're at your little, your little side piece's house, and you're cleaning up, how the fuck don't you pick up the $2 million and go put that away? How do you not just put your $2 million somewhere? Jeff Bezos cleaning up? You don't think he grabbed his money first before he grabbed the soda cans, the tablecloths? Like, it looked like to me they took everything out of the case and took the cases off. How do you not take your fuck the cases? Take your cards and go put them in the car, and then have somebody stand by the car. Unless you've got some like lockdown system in your car or something, which if I was a dealer and I was driving show to show, I'd have a fucking safe bolted down in my fucking car. Guys do it all the time. In fact, if you travel around with a firearm in California, they want you to have like $1,000 safe. And one's got to have the gun in it. One's got to have the ammunition in it. This is $2 million. Maybe I'm the only one that cares about money, Ryan. $2 million ain't shit to somebody that's well respected in the sports card industry.
Well, this industry only cares. This industry only cares about followers and fucking clout. I mean, they don't fucking.
I guess this shit blew up. I saw it on the Atlantic, and they cited fucking Collect Media or whatever.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest, most
this shit up.
I know, and I can't believe it.
Solved by a $25 AirTag. This wouldn't have even we wouldn't even be having this discussion if the guy had spent fuck Geico, fuck insurance, fuck security, let alone all the other shit that he could have done if he had a brain. Oh, he's well respected. Right, he's well respected. He's stupid as fuck, but he's well respected.
Welcome to the sports card world,
where it's all about clout and respect and
how many followers you have. It's all about followers. That's what some guy said to us, right? You were so jealous of so-and-so because he had X amount of followers, Colin, on Instagram.
I mean, I barely know how to log into Instagram, let alone how many followers I have. It's a joke. There's so many things. Fuck what the Dallas Card Show could have done for you. Provide a safer environment. Fuck what your employees could have done. Fuck all the stuff that you could have done to stop this. We're talking about $2 million that could have been prevented in so many different ways. So many different ways. And you got to start looking, this hobby's got to start looking itself in the mirror at some point and start to say, well, when I'm at these card shows and I have $2 million on me, maybe I should take some precautions. It's really not that, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to buy really 4 AirTags from Apple, or
because you should expect to get robbed.
Yeah.
You should expect
or
to go
lose
to
it
and get robbed.
or miss. Like I understand you got all these cards. You got if you got, it looked like maybe he had a bunch of tables. Okay, so maybe he had multiple things. I don't really put my AirTag in my luggage because I'm really worried about someone stealing. If somebody wants to steal something for me, look, like I said in the SCV case, money comes and goes. Louis bags come and go. Rolex watches come and go. You take my kids, you're going to get shot. But you take my stuff, I'm not put on this earth to protect that. But I put my stuff in there. I put a little AirTag in there just in case I leave it behind somewhere, just in case I lose it. I've even looked at it. I'm walking around my house. I'm like, where the fuck is my backpack? Because there's something in my backpack that I needed. And I was like, I can't find my fucking Louis backpack. I travel with it a lot and I leave cords and shit in there. And I was like, where is it? Fucking thank God I had a little AirTag in there because I found it immediately buried under a bunch of fucking clothes. That's why I have it in there. But it plays a backup to just in case I'm stuck in the aisle. I travel on the airplanes with it. And I'm sitting first class, so there's not that many passengers up in first class with me. But hey, look, if somebody walks by, I can't get out of my seat and they run off with the Louis bag, I'm going to know where they are. You know what I mean? Or if we're up in the pantry and it gets stolen, I'm going to know where it is.
If what I'm hearing you say, and yeah, if you live in a hood and you leave your keys in the car and your car gets stolen, should we feel sorry for you?
No.
I think that's what I hear you saying. That's going to be that ain't, like you said, a well-respected dealer, and oh my God, we got to track this guy down. We're like,
and listen, I'm not excusing the behavior of the people that did this. The same way, if you drive your car to San Francisco, Ryan, if we didn't go to San Francisco today, but if we went to San Francisco with the type of cash that we brought, I would have done something even more secure with that cash if I was driving to San Francisco, because it's a different risk. To me, it's a heightened risk, even a heightened risk level. I'm not excusing the behavior of the people in San Francisco that literally go down the line of parked cars, break the glass, look for purses. Okay. But should you leave your purse in your car in San Francisco, knowing what we know? Absolutely not. Just like You shouldn't roll to Stockton, walk down Martin Luther King Boulevard with your phone up like this, taking selfies with some jewelry on, taking pictures with the kids. You're going to get jacked. And if you roll to a card show with $2 million in cash, in coins, in fucking Bitcoin or whatever, it's going to get fucking jacked. And fuck State Farm, fuck Geico, fuck whatever. You could protect yourself very, very inexpensively. Or at least, maybe it doesn't solve all your problems, but there is at least a small layer of protection. We're talking about $2 million, Ryan. We ain't talking about $20,000 in cards.
Jeff Wilson never told him to do it. Jeff Wilson never told him to do it.
Jeff Wilson might have been there.
Shit, you could bring them cards to HQ. They'll buy them.
He'd buy them.
Yeah, so
$2 million.
If it seems like we're victim blaming, hey, don't leave your fucking car in the ghetto with the keys in the fucking ignition.
Not even with the keys. Don't park your car in the ghetto with something inside of it. And some people are like, oh, well, that's not the America we should live in. That's not the society we should live in. That's the society we live in, guys. That's it. And if you don't want to live your life that way, don't carry $2 million worth of shit with you. Get a big ass safe, put it in your house, lock your fucking doors. Anybody shows up, they're going to get shot.
I don't know. If this dude pulls up to my table, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm trusting this cat with the little the little Santiago Sports man purse. Why has he got sunglasses on? Why has he got a hat on pulled over his hat?
Yeah, it all looks, it doesn't look right to me. He looks a little out of place.
These other cats look out of place and a little like, why are we trusting these guys? But this is the hobby.
We probably know
Old
them.
Hands.
They're like regular viewers of Sports Card Radio or whatever.
Oh, they're probably watching now. One of these guys involved in the robbery, they're probably watching right now. So the cops aren't looking for these guys. Anybody who thinks the cops down in Texas are fucking waking up and grinding and looking for this, like, you guys are out of your fucking mind.
Watch too much TV. Yeah, that's not.
You
how
watch
it works.
way too much fucking TV.
Yeah,
You guys solve this fingerprints.
No, they might, but they're not. You got to solve this shit yourself. Like,
exactly.
You got to solve this shit yourself. And the way you solve it yourself is really simple. Really, really, really simple. There were like 5 things that we suggested. Look like to me, they cleared the little behind them. There's all those glass. Everybody has those. Okay.
Well, they're rented.
It looks like to me,
they probably were renting them.
They cleared that off. It looks like, although it looks like maybe they're just empty. They're sitting there on the table and they're empty. But man, you empty your inventory, go put it somewhere. If you walk into a bank and you empty out the ATM, like, are you just going to go set the money on? Are you going to go out in the parking lot and put bags of money on the front of your car and then go talk to
in
somebody
the ghetto?
In the ghetto,
the Dallas Card Show is the ghetto.
It is.
It'd be one thing if you were in Beverly Hills or something, but no, the Dallas Card Show is scammer central.
But you wouldn't if you went into the Dallas Card Show, Ryan, and bought $2 million in cards. Let's just say you went in there and bought these, and then you go out to the parking lot, you open up your Tesla, and you put let's say you don't put it on the hood or in the little front thing in the front. You open up your thing in the back, and you put the briefcase right there in the back of the car. But then like 2 dudes come up and start talking to you, and you turn your back. Big mistake.
Why are we
big
talking?
mistake?
Yeah, we're not talking.
I wouldn't talk to nobody. I wouldn't be talking to nobody. I'd be putting my shit in there. If guys start rolling up to me, I'm closing the thing. I'm backing up. I'm putting my hand on my hip, being like, "Hey, what you guys need?" Put the car between me and them, and if they get aggressive, then something's going to get pulled out on them.
Hey, we've taught everybody how to go to these card shows. You go to these card shows, and you sell everything you have, and
sell
you walk
everything.
The fuck out of there with nothing.
Walk out,
and this never happens.
Yeah, walk out of there. Walk out of there. If you drop the cash on the way out, whatever, you were gonna.
Fuck it.
I mean, you were gonna go dust it off on maybe a little senorita or something, little 20-something-year-old. So whatever, she ain't gonna get her little payday. I was just gonna take that home and dust it off on maybe some new Louis bags or something. So no sweat off anybody's back.
We're going to have like 20,000 in cards at the Burbank show, and we're going to have private security.
Dude,
So,
Allen, Texas is not fucking Safeville, guys. I'm sorry.
buddy, Cody, I've been to this fucking show. It's the fucking ghetto. It's Scammer Central. Look at these fucking guys, bro. Look at this cat. Look at him. It's the fucking ghetto. There's been
Most of
fights
America.
there. There's been
America
other thefts. Not the town. Not the fucking stupid town. The show is ghetto. Period. The guy who runs it fucking is like got slobber all over his mouth. It's not very well organized. This type of shit can happen. There's little to no security.
Shit, the Cow Palace show that we were at, man, there was motherfucker. I mean, there was metal detectors at the front. You could still get in if you needed to, but there was like a uniform, not like bullshit security. There was uniformed police officers there, and I was like, holy shit! It's like, goddamn, no wonder this motherfucker had to pay $100,000 for this thing. He had to fucking suit up. Like, I think there was like 4 uniformed Oakland PD there, or San Francisco PD officers there. I was like, god damn. And maybe I don't know. I don't have enough shots. I didn't go to the Dallas Card Show. Maybe there's uniform PD there.
Probably 2. I've been to this fucking show. And the thing I noticed was all these little influencers with camera crews, and I didn't fucking recognize any of them. And how you could get away with countless fucking scams at this show. This hobby doesn't weed out scammers, period. Go to our website. All of these motherfuckers will be welcome at the Cleveland National. Some of them get the red carpet rolled out from them.
They do.
Some of them sell space at the show, as in David Gelfman. All of these guys are welcome.
Oh,
Superior
they'll
Sports
be there.
Investment. This guy has a table at the Dallas Card Show. Okay, this guy's a fixture at the Dallas fucking Card Show. Look, here's the list of people who get to go to the Beckett Industry Summit that we're banned from. But it's like Card Trimmer, Bill Shalit, Kevin Conan, and Kevin Burge. Kevin Burge has literally been arrested 35 times. So I don't even know if he was out of jail to go to this. But he's on the list. We could get into Adam Martin and DA Cardworld another day.
Hey, this is too negative, Ryan, though. We shouldn't talk about this. This
whole hobby's been blowing this up. That's what shocked me. I think because they're like, oh, guys, let's do something and find these cards. Because they must live in middle America where this type of shit doesn't happen. Whereas you bring expensive shit somewhere to school, to work, to a neighborhood. It's going to get jacked, guys. Wake the fuck up. Stop going to these card shows and fucking holding hands and be like, this is such a great hobby. Hundreds of scammers will be in Cleveland. And I'm sure something will happen that will be talking about it on Sports Card Radio. This is the ghetto right here. This motherfucker with his little fucking Santiago Sports little man purse, his little beard, and his little fucking, this look like he might have sunglasses on. This isn't like some fat, overweight fucking card show guy who's going to sit there and go through all your 50-cent cards and who's harmless. Snakes and thieves. You've been told the hobby's not like that. That's what you've been told. So this hobby, I think, got what it deserves. And this is the big story that it deserves.
I think these guys got what they deserved. How do you put $2 million and turn your back to it? I mean, I just can't get past that. That if you had $2 million in cash, did you get to?
we're getting banned over here on Facebook. I think we'll be kicked off. If you're watching on Facebook right now, you might want to switch over to YouTube. We'll probably be banned.
YouTube.
Mark Zuckerberg is going to ban us any minute.
Yeah, any minute now. How do you turn your back on $2 million?
It's not going to be popular that you're saying that. It's not going to be popular. But I think I think it's appropriate to victim blame here. I think you left your car out in the ghetto with the keys in it and it got taken. Now you got to offer 70. Now instead of a fucking, what'd you call it? An Apple AirTag. Now you got to offer 70 racks to get that stupid shit back.
Could have got out of this for $25. Even if you were negligent, okay, you could have gotten out of this with like literally modern technology. Like this shit that wasn't even available like 10 years ago is like commonplace now. Apple AirTag, you would know exactly where that shit was, and you would have been notified right away. You could have literally ran out to the parking lot and gotten your shit back right then. And if there was armed security, you could have like alerted them right away. But no, you put $2 million on a table, turn your back to it, and this is what happens. I don't care if you're in America, South America, North America, fucking Europe, Russia, Ukraine, China, Japan, maybe not Japan, but, you know, like most cultures, this is what happens. Most states in the United States, this is what happens. Everyone's like, oh, this it only happens in Cali. No. It will happen.
Where do you think everybody moved? These guys were living in Cali and then they moved.
They probably
couldn't afford it, guys.
This is the kind of guys we're sending your guys' way. Everybody else that's staying in Cali, guys, is fucking dead broke scrub. Okay. Or you're balling and you don't care if you're paying income taxes because it was fucking 90 degrees today. And the women are good looking. You don't care if gas is $5 because you can afford to have a fucking Tesla. You don't care if home prices are high because you bought it 10 years ago. The scrubs are leaving California and going to Texas.
Yep.
Because they're tapping out. The real men are staying. Yep. Got what he deserved.
I love it. I love that.
Got what he deserved.
Like, oh, guys, we've got to look at these cards and we've got to find them and we've got to do this and we've got to protect the hobby.
They might find the guys. They ain't never finding these cards. These cards are gone. These guys might get found because, I mean, they do have their face right here and it's pretty easy to identify them.
Yeah, these guys.
I mean, that's pretty. Clearly. I mean, it's not like these guys have a high IQ either. But your cards are gone. The cards are not coming back. The guys might get busted. You might have the satisfaction that this guy served some time in jail, probably just a few months, honestly.
A work release. I bet you it's a work release.
Yeah. Like if he has no criminal, I mean, Kevin Burge, like you said, has been arrested 25 times and he'll probably be fucking at the main stage at the National.
Fucking A, bro. It's literally like, I think it's 35 times.
35 times. Will Jamit. Wouldn't be surprised. Shows up at the National, Fanatics Fest, whatever. If he can leave his state, if he's not on parole or something.
Well, we'll get into Will's buddy. He emailed us. And also, I also have, it's a good thing I looked at my phone. I've got an update on InvestaCard and I've got an update on Mojo Sports as well. Here's our boy Kevin Burge, who has been arrested, I think, 35 different times. Looks like deadly weapon, look like child abuse, looks like domestic. He'll be at the National, guys. This guy will be at the National.
Yep.
Welcomed with open arms, too. Look, here are the people who attended our 2018 events. There he is, right there. And all these fucking arrests. Look at the 90, 95, 2005, 2016. All this shit happened before the fucking Beckett shit. He'll be at the National. This guy will be at the National. So will this guy. This guy's set up at the Dallas Card Show. This hobby doesn't weed out crooks and scammers. It welcomes them with open arms. Period. So yeah, and I bet there's a bunch of people trying to slide into this guy's DMs and buy the cards on the cheap so they can rub juice on them and then send them off to some other 8th tier grading company and start this process over. Cleveland should be a lot of fun. Y'all better stop holding hands and singing Kumbaya. You'll be the next one getting robbed and having to put out a $70K fucking reward for your shit. Or you'll go missing like that motherfucker in Atlantic City. Chat's fired up. I see the chat is fired up. Jacob.
What are they fired up?
I don't know. There's some guy, Jacob. Buddy, this is a safe space for you if you want to call in. Whatever you're mad about.
Tell him to call in, and he won't because he's
anything, but bro. Hey, man, we got you. It's just sports cards. It's just whatever. You can call in.
Call in.
Off.
We'll let you go. We won't even. It'll be like a Joe Biden press conference. We'll just let you go off.
We'll let you go. Maybe, I'll go smoke a bowl real quick. Yeah, do a line.
We'll ask you a question. You don't have to answer it, and you can leave.
I'll only ask you about your dating life. So we're one of the few people that have a platform that literally let anybody call in, and then they can say, people think, oh, that guy paid you to come on, or that. No, guys.
He's been talking so much shit to me, but he won't get on, even though I've been spamming him the link.
The only guy paying us is you can go over to cbhobby.com right now and save 10% with the promo code Will fucking Grier. You can also go over to that dude's barbecue and save 7% with the promo code Sports Card Radio. You get beef jerky. You could get some boxes. Hey, you do that, you ain't going to get jacked. Go to these card shows. There's a reason why I went to that Dallas card show one time and never went back. That shit was lawless. There is no security.
He's just
the guy running. Go ahead, Tim.
Jacob's my number one fan, so he's a little too scared to talk to me live.
It's okay. It takes some courage sometimes, or you got to get 35 cents from your mommy. I don't know what they'll pay phones these days. What type of fucking coinage you got to shove in those? For sure. You got to get the mommy's Wi-Fi code. You got to get your mommy's Wi-Fi code, and then boom, we're in. And we're gonna let you go. Hey, one of the few platforms that anybody can call in, and you could literally say anything you want. Talk about Hunter Biden. Talk about Ivana Trump. You can talk about your girlfriend. You talk about InvestaCard. You can talk about Mojo.
His girlfriend.
Oh, I do have
gets rammed by people like me. So,
man, Tim's got a tough job because the chat can come in hard, and I do got an update. Colin, you want to hear from Mojo Sports?
Oh my God. Yes.
So we were at Bill's Donuts today, and for people don't know, Bill is the father of the great one, Mojo Sports. And so we thought it'd be fun to go by the donut shop since we were in the area looking at a big card collection. To swing by the donut shop. Shoot, we thought Mojo might have been there. So we were going to roll up, just try out these donuts. You can go over to our Instagram page. I don't know how many followers we have, but we gave an exclusive review of 3 donuts. And we have a response from Mojo Sports. Apparently somebody texted him the picture of us in front of his Pop's Donut Shop. And he says, oh my God, I'm in Tahoe. Did they like the donuts? I'm honored. And you have to go over to Sports Card Radio exclusively on Instagram and find out, did I like the donuts or not? I tried 3 different ones. You're going to have to go over there and find out for yourself. So some people travel around to card shows. It looks like our girl, Mary Gamble, looking lovely, going over to Jeff's card shop. We travel around to donut shops. So as you can see, we both could lose 10, 15, 20 pounds and still have a ways to go.
Believe it or not, I did not eat one.
Right. You were being disciplined today. I chomped into 3 of them. So I might regret that tomorrow morning if I go try to work out. So, but yes, we were in the Mojo Sports territory today. We tried the donuts. So have we beaten? God damn, dude, we beat the. Boy, I tell you, he's not a fan of Sports Card Radio. Is this guy who?
I don't care.
Got jacked at the Dallas Cards. We
had a fucking outlier jack, bro.
We grew up differently. A lot of these people grew up in the suburbs of these Midwestern towns where you can leave your door unlocked, where you can leave your fucking keys in the car, where you do know all your neighbors.
Dude, I live in one of those. When I bought my house, there was not a deadbolt in the whole thing. First thing I did was put deadbolts on, because the previous owner didn't respected everybody else. I don't. So
you could probably get away with leaving your door open, but where we grew up, you certainly wasn't going to do that.
No, hell no.
I mean, we literally had our house broken into and robbed, and they stole baseball cards. And we and guess who had to find them? We went and tracked them down. And I think we were 2 seconds away from going to beat their ass.
And we knew, we kind of knew them too. You know what I mean? Like where we're from, people will come and jack you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like your neighbor will come and jack you, basically. You know, people that live down the street from you will jack you.
And then the cops won't do anything. We had to go find them and call the cops. Right. And as we're waiting for the stupid cops, and as they're walking away, we're like, okay, now we're going to have to go beat these guys' ass. The body cam footage of after the cops showed up would be quite epic.
I mean, the guy drew his gun. I remember the guy got his gun out, and I was like,
he had his gun out, and I was fucking yelling at the guy. Jesus. I was like, fuck you.
Fucking hey. Not worth it. Now as I'm older, like it's some fucking baseball cards. You know what I mean?
Right. I think it's just the principle of this. You know, if you could go find this guy and fucking tee off on him, I mean, come on, that'd be
If he got an ass beating, I'm not going to be sitting here saying he didn't deserve that. But if you leave $2 million on a table and you turn your back and it gets stolen, you deserve that as much as he deserves an ass beating.
You deserve that. And this hobby deserves these type of stories because they run from the negativity. They don't lean into the fact that there will be hundreds of scammers descending upon Cleveland in a couple weeks. Hundreds of them.
Yes.
Hundreds. That's why I'm not going. Fuck that. I'm stay at home, baby. Use promo code WILLREAR.
I got backpacks to sell, guys.
God damn.
I literally have I'm only pulling up a couple of them. I literally have 100 backpacks sitting behind me.
For real.
It's awesome.
Oh, we have an update on InvestaCard as well.
Let's see.
I did get I love the viewers of our show. And I love that some of them have my phone number because somebody literally texted me Marcus Lemonis's phone number. Like they literally texted me this guy's phone number. So if I had a way to call him and put him on the air, I probably would and just be like, Marcus Lemonis, welcome to Sports Card Radio. We have a question about InvestaCard. And he's like, oh yeah, where is that motherfucker? It's like, well, we're live. I think all the people who did cameos and did videos for him should track his ass down, to be honest.
That too.
Okay, I'm going to give you dealer's choice. We got PSA vending machine. We got backyard breaks. We have national. We have PSA. I mean, we've actually got some more juice to cover here.
Let's go to the
radio program.
I mean, you got backyard up. Go ahead and hit backyard.
Okay, this email I should have put through some chat GBT and edited it and added some punctuation and added some paragraph breaks and all kinds of different things. Maybe some bullet points. So I'm going to spare everybody and not read it word for word. But this is another thing that should come as no surprise. Backyard breaks. They were quote unquote one of the biggest fucking breakers supposedly. Well, now they've hard pivoted and they mostly open repacks. And apparently they have one column that's called UFO. Wow. So maybe some of your cards will be unidentified in there.
Yeah.
So they have these UFO boxes that have 4 cards in it. The floor being $3,500, so maybe $1,000 each, and the highest being $20,000. So what they do is they sell these UFO boxes over the course of several days, and they kind of build the hype that, hey, maybe you're going to hit the one with 20,000 in it, right? And they kind of build it over several days. Backyard breaks, they have like 4 channels on Whatnot. So they on Friday night, they kind of get a bunch of people, and fucking the big ones don't get hit, right? And then Saturday night, same thing happens. And then Sunday night, same thing happens, Colin. And guess what happens on the last fucking backyard breaks? Tell me if you think this is surprising. The big case hit, didn't get hit Friday, didn't get hit Saturday, didn't get hit Sunday, but when they were down to 4 cases, I guess it got hit on their biggest fucking really. Really, guys?
No. Don't believe
so
it. I don't believe
somebody emailed Sports Card Radio. They probably bought into this scam and are tricked into believing that Backyard cares about you, and they've gifted you, and they've fucking blessed you, and they've given you shit. And Grant's such a good guy, Colin. We've heard that. Grant's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Guys, the easiest thing to do is rig a repack product. We spent about an hour on last week's fucking show talking about how Will Jamin and Jesse Craig and the other guy we're going to talk about, Justin Rumpf, did it. It's not that hard. Backyard, I did a video where they rigged a $500,000 break where you could tell the guy was picking the balls out of a fucking bingo machine to make sure that the best cards weren't hit until the very end. They need you guys bidding until the end. They need the big chase to stay up till at least the last few cases. This should be common fucking knowledge that this happens, but it's not. Lord knows how much was spent on this UFO crap. Lord only fucking knows. So this type of stuff should be expected. The easiest thing to do in America is rig a repack product. Period. But if you talk about group breaks, if you talk about breaks being rigged in any way, you're deemed tinfoil hat, you're deemed conspiracy theorist. Go ask Card Collector 2. These dorks, Jeff Wilson and Card Collector 2, they think when we're talking about rigged products that we're only talking about Panini and Topps. That's how stupid these motherfuckers are. Backyard rips more repack than anybody breaks Panini and Topps, probably. One reason why they do that is they can probably scam you guys a hell of a lot easier. Wake the fuck up. And if Backyard is doing it, what do you think Tim Joe Blow copycat breaker is doing on Whatnot or Fanatics Live? They're all fucking scamming you. If you think there's going to be 100 scammers in Cleveland in a couple weeks, boy, log into Whatnot, and every other motherfucker who's got a repack is scamming you, period. They know what's inside. They can fucking decide when those products get hit. They can decide who those go to, guys. They can have a chase for $20,000, and they can make sure that they tell Nubs or they tell their little boy to bid when they want to, and they can funnel the top repack chases to their best customers.
Or back to themselves.
Easy.
Easy.
Backyard has a team of shill bidders so that when you're bidding on this stuff, they're bidding up in the background on you to make you pay more. This is a fact. But I get Card Collector 2 and Jeff Wilson, when they talked about products being rigged, oh, you're a tinfoil hat, you're a conspiracy theory, you're negative. What do you think about Backyard rigging their repacks?
I mean, if you can't, I mean, it doesn't surprise me in this hobby. We have dealers with $2 million cards that put them on a table and turn their back to it. Not one person, multiple people turn their back on 2 million. The fact that we have enough low IQ individuals in this hobby that'll buy into a UFO repack where there's one hit. What did he say? There was one hit or something, or there was a $20,000
four cards.
Four cards, $20,000, $20,000. There was a $20,000 box in there. And I don't know how much the UFO boxes are or whatever, but chances are you're coming up if you hit $20,000 worth of shit. Oh my God. Does it surprise me that it doesn't get hit all the way into the end? And would it surprise me if the person that won it either A, probably spent $30,000 over the last 4 or 5 days trying to buy into the breaks, or 2, isn't an actual customer at all, and instead is one of the backyard bros.
Right.
And the $20,000 was just a front to get everybody to buy in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, it's like people that smoke cigarettes, right? Oh, you smoke cigarettes? Oh, and you got lung cancer? Man, that. Oh, you're going to go sue Philip Morris now? Oh, okay. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? Oh, you pointed the gun to your head and you pulled the trigger and you died? Oh, fuck, man. That sucks. Oh, you walked through the ghetto of Stockton with a Rolex on and then 2 black dudes came up and took it off your wrist? Oh, my God. What a shame. Oh, you walked into the MGM, Ryan, with 1,000 and then you played some slot machines, and 30 minutes later, after 2 hookers tried to get you up to the room, instead you're now walking out of there with $0 because the slot machine took it all. Oh my God. Fuck MGM, Ryan. Fuck MGM and Caesars and Steve Wynn and fucking anybody else in Vegas. You should have never lost that 1,000 that you brought in there and you gambled. No. And people will suck Grant. Like you said, it's almost like Grant's going to come over and suck some of these guys' dick. How much guys simp for this guy?
Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Maybe he does. I don't know. I don't think he does. I just think he has them like hypnotized. I'm your friend. I'm making repacks.
I'm going to bless you.
I'm popular. You're not.
You send these guys a $10 Trevor Lawrence slab and they fucking will do whatever you want for him. They'll come on this show and defend him.
Yep. And so it doesn't surprise me. Like I said, the hobby's filled with a bunch of low IQ individuals and people that buy this shit. I'm sorry. Some of them might even be watching right now. We were at the casino today. I'd have a lot more fun at the casino, Ryan, than on a Whatnot stream. But look, everybody has the thing that entertains them. And maybe hanging out with Grant on Whatnot and watching him take your money is what some people like.
Certainly not shocking.
No.
All right, we have many more hobby heroes to touch on today. We got PSA, we've got the National, we've got the vending machine. Where do you want me to go next?
Let's go to the vending machine.
Okay, if you remember last week, we talked extensively about a couple of your favorite hobby heroes, Will Jamett, Jesse Craig of PWCC and Acquire. And this guy, Justin Rumpf, who all kind of know each other out of Oregon and have either all together kind of Jamett combined with Craig and a Rumpf create these mystery boxes and repack products dating back to 2012. I mean, the scamming in the repack game has been going on literally over a decade. Well, we really took great lengths to throw these guys under the bus last week. To be expected, we heard from one of them, Justin Rumpf, Cannon Rock, which is the company that owns the PSA vending machine that is currently in Las Vegas, and that it does appear that PSA was going to bring to the National until this story blew up last week from the likes of Rattle Pokemon reporting on it to the likes of Dan the Cardman reporting on it, among others. PSA was going to bring this fucking trash to the National, And it was going to have essentially Heroes of Sport repacks at the fucking National. So it would be or could have been a disaster for PSA. We heard from Justin Rumpf. Here's the email that he sent a couple days ago. Hope you guys are well. You start off with a lie. I doubt he hopes we're well. He says, I am the owner and operator of the PSA Great Vending Machine in Las Vegas. I've seen your videos regarding me, and I'd love to come on your show and set the record straight. He says, I have no relationship with Will Jamit and Jesse Craig. Well, your mom fucking hires Jesse Craig. Your office space is, connected to those real estate dealings. You were making, Justin, repack products with Will Jamit for Pristine Auctions. I mean, that's according to your wife, your ex-wife. So unless his ex-wife is lying,
which is maybe why he divorced her. I don't know.
Could be.
Oh my God. Somebody's calling in.
Is it our boy Justin?
I don't know. It says decline.
Give me a second. Let me finish what I'm going to say here. This isn't going to take long. They have zero associations with my business. I will come on your show and answer any questions you guys have for me. No time restrictions, no questions are off limits. I would love to set the record straight on any misconceptions, as they appear to be a lot. Also, I have a record of every card I've ever graded with PSA. I've never altered a card or defrauded anyone. I've never been accused of that. Your wife literally accused you of that, but we could save that for the interview. And never will, because it is something I would never do. I've also never submitted a high value card. All the large chase cards in my product are purchased on eBay at full market value, and I have receipts for every card. I'm happy to bring all my business records on the show if that's needed. Again, no questions will be off limits. Please let me know if you guys would like me to come on your show, and I will be there any date at any time. I just ask that you give me the opportunity to clear my name in this community I care so much about. Feel free to email or call me directly. First of all, you can call into the Sports Card Radio fucking CB Hobby hotline, promo code fucking Will Greer. Call in at any time. And I can dig into my phone and bring up the text that your wife sent me. Because she does accuse you of trimming cards with Will Jamit. She does accuse you of having a very close business relationship with Will Jamit. You do have a very close association with Jesse Craig. Certainly your mom does. And what I found interesting in this email is he doesn't mention is what's his association with PSA. That's what we want to know, Justin. Fuck Will Jamit and Jesse fucking Craig. Only collecting these stupid motherfuckers care about those guys. PSA was going to bring this vending machine to the National, weren't they, Justin? And was it your machine? Is that why you need to reach out to Sports Card Radio to clear your name? You really need to clear it with PSA so that they continue to do business with you, it sounds like. Because PSA made you take off this sign because Rattle Pokemon and Dan the Card Man shamed you guys into doing it. So you can call in at any moment. We'll take your call. I can bring up the fucking text that your wife accused you of all the trimming cards and being associated with Will Jamit is the tame shit your wife sent me. Like the shit that's not illegal. So if you do want to call into the Sports Card, again, I could prepare an interview. It'd take me maybe like 20, 30 minutes. And yeah, I'd have a litany of questions. Most of it from what your wife told me. And we'd have to get into a legal, literally, card trimming is not illegal. Being partners with Will Jamit and making repack products for Sports Card Investors promoted Pristine Auctions is not illegal. Your wife accused you of some illegal shit, though. And so if you want to call in, we can absolutely get into this. But I do find it interesting, Justin, that you didn't mention what's your association with PSA. Were they going to bring your vending machine to the fucking National? What are the chase cards in here? I maybe wouldn't mind seeing the receipts. What is the checklist that can come out of here? So maybe we'll hear from Justin. Do you have any thoughts on Justin Rump?
No,
Justin,
I
Craig,
think
and
you,
Will Jamie.
you cover that. We'll add D
Okay,
here.
Okay.
D, how we doing?
Shit, I'm all right. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Man, I just wanted to call in, say I love you guys' platform. Keeps a little spunk in my life, you know.
That's
and
good.
People are scared to call in. They're probably just keyboard warriors, so you probably not much to worry about on that end.
And no doubt about that. What are you doing tonight?
Oh man, you know, just slow motion.
Nice.
Calling in from Seattle.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
You know what's up?
What's that?
I said D knows what's up.
I mean,
D knows
look,
what's up.
with the PSA machine, they're just probably trying not to be liable for anything that may happen. I feel probably after that's taken care of, they probably won't care what's coming out of that machine.
Sure.
That's just my take on it.
What do you think about
maybe
Mary Gamble?
Oh yeah, we got to get your thoughts on Mary Gamble.
I mean, look at her. Really, not a lot to say unless she's in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a significant other, and then what does she think about the cards?
I mean, I got a couple babies' moms, but you know,
Okay.
I'm the catch, so they know that. So you know, as long as they know I'm the catch, we're good.
Now, are you having to pay child support, or is this something, you know, like I'm just wondering about once you have baby moms, like plural, does you run into any problems with the child support?
No, I mean, I'm not really financially strapped, so I mean, I
hear you.
My children aren't going without, to say the least.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not on child support or anything like that. No.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Man, I got a plethora of things I could go into, but I'm not going to, because we're not gonna stay on the phone for an hour. But Golden, yeah, they're on the way on the downslope. I'm in business negotiations with Dave over there at Golden all the time, and yeah, that outfit's something else, my guy.
What's your issue with the outfit?
I mean, kind of the message I got is for the auctions, unless you're selling something that's really high value, you're not a priority to them, because whatever they're making off it is not enough for you to be a priority. That's just kind of the feeling I get when I deal with them.
So unless it's like maybe a few $1,000s or a few $100s, you don't feel.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it frank. I sold an item that was about 100,000, and I really feel if it wasn't that amount, I wouldn't have got paid probably for 6 to 8 months.
So you sold something for almost 100,000, but you did get paid, or
I did get paid relatively quickly. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is just it's impossible to get a hold of them. There's no transparency. It's almost like they don't even care. But I feel like they do care, because I think that they don't get paid unless I get paid, as in their commission. So I think they want to pay the people that are, bringing in the big bucks, so that they can get their, whatever it is, 19% or whatever they're getting. Yeah, but that's just the feeling I got. I'd be hard pressed to say if somebody's got a $5,000 item, they may be waiting a year to get paid on that.
Wow.
And that's just how I feel. I mean, that's just the way I've been treated. I have yet to sell something for the second time. Or my business partners it's just I don't know, man. It just it's all smoke and mirrors, in my opinion.
Interesting. What kind of things are you selling?
Me and my associate, I sold a first generation iPhone last October, I believe, and it went for 78,000 before their fees.
We in the wrong business. We need to get into the iPhone business.
Well, I found it in a storage unit, so I mean, it's not, it's not every day that happens.
Is that what you do? You go around and get shit out of storage units and sell them, or is that just kind of a one-off thing?
Since the pandemic, I mean, inflation. You got to find ways. You got to have 5 sources of income. In my opinion, if you only have 1 or 2 sources of income, you're probably just scraping to get by. In my opinion, so I try to keep it lucrative and have 3 or 4 sources of income, if not 5.
Is that the best shit you've ever found in a storage locker?
Yep. I found a 1978 Fender Rhodes suitcase 88 keyboard that I sold for $14,000. But yeah, the iPhone was definitely the biggest item, and it was obviously sealed, and it came with the original receipt. So
Wow.
Those things don't happen every day. So
how much was the storage unit?
I think I paid $800 for that unit.
Oh wow, so that was a come up.
I know you guys talk about check out my cards a lot. It's right here in my backyard. I'm in Seattle. They're in Redmond.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, man, I run 70% off sales. I can't give my cards away. So I know that I know the market isn't doing great, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's definitely slow. I felt a meaningful slowdown in the last several weeks for sure. Could be a seasonal thing, could be more of a macro thing, those types of things. I was just randomly, I was reading Five Below, which is like a retail store. They've seen a meaningful slowdown since I think they suggested Easter time. Ever since then, it's been a disaster for them, apparently. So definitely a meaningful slowdown. I don't think it's necessarily just isolated to trading cards. I think it's probably across the board.
I feel if you're trying to make some money right now, Magic and maybe Pokemon would be your best bet if you're only in it for the money. That's just how I feel.
JanSport backpacks as well. Right before back to school season.
I did hear about that. And, as an entrepreneur, I did like that idea.
Yes, it's very seasonal. It's very much like Halloween, buying Halloween costumes now and selling them in October. You're going to get a hell of a deal on Halloween right now. And for me, backpacks, they show up like a month or 2 before school starts, but no one shops for a backpack other than like the week before their kid goes back to school. Like, it'll be amazing. These backpacks will I'm selling like 2 or 3 a day, but that first week of August, second week of August, they'll all be gone.
Oh yeah. If you like it, I love it. I'm not trying to steal your idea, but I might throw that around out here on OfferUp or something.
Go for it. Yeah. Hit up. I mean, I'm hitting up Ross's and TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and it's I've been doing it for this is probably my 6th or 7th year kind of pulling it off. And look, probably looking at, depends on how much I spend, $3,000-$4,000, but look, in 3-4 days of work, make $3,000.
Yeah, that's great.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
Kids got to eat.
I think my message today is you guys really do kick ass, man. And there's nobody with transparency that you guys are running right now, and really in any field. But because I deal with sports cards, I regularly tune in on Thursdays, and shit, man, it makes my whole week better. So keep doing what you guys are doing. And the person that put the link up, I was like, wow, man, how fucking easy is it to get at you guys? Well, it's pretty fucking easy. So
there we go.
These jokers want to hide behind their keyboard. That's on them.
Damn right. Exactly. Damn fucking right.
So, take care, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you calling in. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Folks, that was Decline. That what is it? The storage auction thing is obviously always intrigued me. So obviously, there was a big TV show it might still be going on. But storage auctions, never partaked in them myself, but certainly would be a fun. I think it would be kind of fun. At the very least, I think you probably would, like you said, maybe have a partner in it that has a truck that could take some of the inventory. Like, to me, it's like, I don't think I'd want to be doing that on my own. You'd almost have to have somebody there kind of splitting it with you, taking some of the stuff. 2 trucks would probably be nice too. Some storage, places to put the shit, listing it, knowing where to sell it, those types of things.
I agree. Very interesting.
Ryan, have you ever, he did say Golden with the little slow pay. Have you, I know that you deal with the payouts a little bit more on Golden. Have you had problems? I mean, you've sold shit on there, right?
I've sold quite a bit of things. I've never had a problem getting paid. Maybe it takes a week, but certainly not months. Is it possible that you don't get paid or slow paid? Probably. I do know that Golden, they don't, I mean, I don't think they're shy about it. They really just want the white glove shit. They don't want your little shit. It probably isn't actually worth their time. They want to sell $10,000 cards and cards like this Paul Skeens, you know. I think that's a choice by them. There might have even been frustration on Golden's end when they were being pushed to do bigger auctions or take on lesser value cards. Whereas I think Ken fashions himself of being this kind of white glove. Here's the triple logo man. Might be the only motherfucking card in the auction, right? You know, you get a 20% juice on $1 million card.
Well, I kind of feel like you only have to sell that card, and that kind of makes your whole bit. Not that you make a bunch of money. You might not even make anything selling that card, but that card brings in all this other business. You know what I mean? Whereas Check on My Cards is totally opposite. Check on My Cards is not a business for selling $10,000 cards at all.
No.
It's like 10-cent cards. Now, one thing that we haven't pointed out with Check on My Cards is we were getting blown up when these dudes were taking like 3 months to ship out stuff. Dude, these guys are shipping shit out faster than fucking Amazon right now.
And do we hear from anybody? Do we hear from anybody? Like, of course
no, we
not.
don't. No.
Jesus.
A slight exaggeration that they're shipping things out. But I have had 2 orders that were quoted to not get here until the end of August, and both of them have already showed up. One took just a couple of weeks. So they are shipping things out. But I would agree with what he first said is, man, things are slow right now. Things are slow. Okay. Things are slow. This is why I would always focus on backpacks this time of year, because I was selling supplies. I was selling board games. I was selling trading cards. I was selling all this stuff, and it would just slow down. And I remember the only thing that moves this time of year is back to school. In high quantity, but the rest of the year, back half of the year, because you're buying all your discretionary stuff pretty soon. You know, you have Christmas coming. Now is the time you take that vacation. Now is the time, if you're in the card community, you're saving up and going to Cleveland. Like, if you're going to Cleveland, you're not spending a bunch of money on trading cards, unless I guess it's Ken Golden's autograph for $300, $400 and something after buyer's premium.
Yeah, I feel like you're saving for the national, but I don't know. Would that lead to a slowdown?
I think this industry your family.
I think a little bit. Industry is just immature and it just kind of sucks.
You're out of season on everything too. Basketball's not in season. That's a hot sport. Hockey just ended. Football hasn't even started yet. The guys are fucking at Taylor Swift concerts. There's no one really that exciting in baseball. I mean, we're talking about a pitcher right now. Like, that's what people are excited about.
That plays for the Pirates.
So like right now, you go on vacation. There's state fairs going on. I don't know if that's an across the country thing, but I know out here in California, there's a state fair literally every week for the next month. You're going to the pool.
So it's seasonal.
Absolutely.
So cards are coming back.
But look, Nike reported earnings last week, and they were terrible. I mean, it was like, oh my God.
Is that discretionary, or is that
absolutely.
Is that absolutely discretionary?
Anything discretionary, 5 below, which is like a really super discretionary. They sell Funko Pops, they sell candy, they sell stuff you don't need. They were like, holy shit. The week after Easter, we've never seen anything that bad, and the stock has just gotten fucking hammered. Whereas like non-discretionary retail, like Costco reported 7% growth in their sales year over year. Maybe it was in month over month, but Costco's crushing it. Toilet paper, water, food, rotisserie chickens, $1.50 hot dogs, those types of things, big bags of chips. That's what's selling. Discretionary shit. I mean, look at air tax. Exactly. That's like a require. It's like a staple, or it should be a staple for a lot of these fucking idiots. But discretionary shit's getting killed. Luxury cars, Tesla sales aren't that great. Anything, anything that requires you to borrow money. Everybody bought all the discretionary shit they needed during the pandemic anyways, too. It's like you got PPP like Jeff Wilson, or you fucking got unemployment, or you got a raise or whatever.
You went crazy.
And you went crazy. You bought a bunch of baseball cards. So
wow.
Nobody needs the discretionary shit anymore. So it's a staples and vacation. Like this is a vacation. It's July 4th. Those types of things. You're taking vacations. Your kids are off school. Broadly speaking.
Okay.
And trading cards will get a small bump. I remember it was always slow at this time selling board games, and then fucking I couldn't buy enough board games right now to sell in November and December. Like my
I feel like the hype for the Nationals less than it has been in the last few years. Like people couldn't wait to get out to fucking Atlantic City, and I was just sitting here being like, y'all are stupid as fuck. But people couldn't wait to get to Atlantic City. And Chicago was supposed to be amazing, and then the air conditioning went out, and it was fucking 100% humidity.
Hey, and look, Fanatics Fest might be a fucking shit show. We might show up at Fanatics Fest
I honestly hope it is. I hope this place sucks, but
we'll be the only one that actually tell you that if it sucks or not. Everybody else is gonna have to be there sucking Michael Rubin's dick. Whereas if it sucks, I mean, we're probably only gonna show up like on the 16th, probably. You know, honestly. We'll show up the 16th, maybe for an hour or two, take a lap on the 17th. But the odds are we won't even be there on the 18th.
Well, you know what they'll say? They'll be like, oh, you guys should have been there Saturday and Sunday because it was a big crowd and da-da-da-da-da. Shut up.
I mean, unless the crowd looks like Kylie Jenner or something, then I don't really give a fuck. That's a crowd of men.
I think these athletes... These athletes will draw in, whether they're signing autographs or they're doing a podcast or whatever it is. I think this can draw some people, but
yeah,
I'm wondering if this won't live up to the expectation and the hype. You only got a 350 table card show, so the card show itself is going to be probably. I mean, I was just at a 300. Yeah, it's going to be a mediocre card show, and it's going to be corporate too. It's going to be Cards HQ sitting there and fucking trying to buy your shit at 80%. It's going to be fucking breakers and slabbers and cleaners and fucking whoever had the 3,000 to pony out. It's not going to be 50-cent boxes.
No.
Or dollar bins even.
No.
So the card show itself, I think, will be trash. It's just, will the other stuff make it worth it? I think it could be weak.
I mean, but the deal is for us, I think the event itself is going to be weak. Honestly, but am I still excited to go to New York City? Absolutely. If this was,
I'd rather be here than Cleveland. I'd rather be here than Cleveland
or Cleveland.
That's for sure. 10 times out of 10.
So that I think they have that right, that the event itself is probably not a great draw. So you've got to have it in a city where it's like, okay, if I show up to NYC and I go to a 3-day conference and I show up the first day and it blows ass, it's like Vegas. I've been to conferences where I show up the first day and I'm like, this fucking sucks. You know, like I'm not even coming back for the next day. I'm just going to watch the fucking webinar that I wanted to see online and I'm going to go dust off the rest of my money in Vegas. You know, I'm not even going to waste my time going to this conference. And I could certainly see that with this.
I think, because I don't know if you've been to like Comic Cons, and I mean, part of the thing going to Comic Cons are these people dressed up in costume, and it's awesome. This is just going to be a bunch of sports dorks walking around, right? This is not going to be like a big cultural event.
Like some of the people that they have talking, you know what I mean? Like I see like Spike Lee. Would I sit in a room and listen to Spike Lee talk for 30 minutes? Yeah, sure. Probably. Yeah. I've never heard, you know, like I've only seen him in interviews and stuff, and I'm always super impressed with him. I might not agree with him politically and on a lot of different things, but from a marketing perspective, you know, he's somebody that I would sit there and listen to. Kareem.
But you can, I mean, you can sit here and listen to Spike Lee give an interview probably, you know, every week almost.
Sure.
Maybe not Spike Lee, but a lot of these guys are on podcasts and you can hear these guys. I think the draw for some people is going up and seeing these guys and fanboying them I don't see Eddie Vedder on this list, so I'm not going to get too excited over anybody. But I also don't see very many feet. I don't see very. I would get excited to see our boy Ocho. $60 photo op. We have to do that.
I'm in that.
That's a bargain.
Yes. We have a call in, Ryan.
Okay. Is it Justin?
Oh shit. I don't know. It's Big Fungus. Big Fungus.
What's up, fellas?
How we doing,
up, man?
I just wanted to call in and say I'm disappointed in you. You guys need to go full gripped and really get some merch out, because I'm going to the National in a couple of weeks, and I wanted nothing more than to walk around with a Sports Card Radio shirt, hat, anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been slacking. I'll
do it.
Do it, Tim.
Doing work on my end. Doing work on my end is low on the priority list recently, to say the least.
You could get so creative with ideas, sponsored by PPP money. You could go fucking. You could get some crazy shit going.
Okay. Well,
and just make people cry.
Are you a designer yourself? Do you have any artistic ability yourself?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you could.
Good idea though.
Yeah.
I'm slightly autistic, but I'm not artistic.
I hear you.
Okay. There we go. We have to ask everybody this. What do you have a significant other in your life? Do you have multiple ones? And what do they think about the hobby and the cards?
So I do have a fiance. We only do hockey, big hockey collectors. And she was actually really into it because we go to the games, we watch it. And what happened was we did a 20 card submission to Beckett. And on the return shipping from Beckett through FedEx, it got lost in the mail hub or whatever. And we lost out on all those cards. And I had the insurance money, so whatever. But there were a couple gold label 10s in that submission, which is really, which was cool at that point. But after that shipment went missing, she kind of lost love for the hobby and spending money. I'm still in it, but she was dissuaded early.
Wow. No surprise that Beckett and these shipping companies.
Yeah, and it took 5 months for me to get paid too. It wasn't a quick thing. It took me, I think the shipment was supposed to be back in October of 23. I didn't get a check until fucking mid-January.
Good Lord.
Wow. Yeah. So, but that was my mistake for using Beckett in the first place.
Well,
it happens.
We live and learn in this hobby.
We certainly do.
You got anything else for us, Big Fungus?
Nope. I'm going to go ahead and clock back into work. You guys enjoy your night. Thank you.
Love it.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we do need to grift. We do need to grift more over here at Sports Card Radio. We could probably have eight figures, maybe not 9 figures in our bank account, but we could probably have 8 if we just grifted 5% more than 6. We do.
Yeah, probably. That is true.
But I think that's part of the charm of Sports Card Radio is we don't, shove our grifts down your throat. We certainly could have made more money in this hobby. We've passed up countless opportunities to make money in this hobby. I don't know. I don't know what that's from. I don't know if that's smart. I actually don't know if that's smart, but I don't know where that really comes from. But we've we were talking about SCV earlier and how, not everything is about the money.
No, not at all.
CV Hockey said we can sell our merch on his website.
That's
I like that idea.
Talking about. I love that idea.
10% off.
And they say 10% with the promo code Will Greer, guys.
But instead of being a $20 shirt, it'll be $22. So it's like a Joe Biden kind of economy thing.
And it won't be like Beckett. They won't lose your fucking slabs like they did our boy Big Fungus.
True. That's true. That is true.
Your merch will show up. We'll make sure. We'll hand deliver it if we have to.
We will. We will.
We can pull. We can pull. There, we have the Dip Daniel shirt, which I think you can. I'm not wearing, but I think you can buy them on Amazon still. I think there's a way to search, and I think the money actually goes to the person who designed the shirt. It doesn't even go to us.
Yeah, we don't. We didn't have any. Yeah, we don't get.
So, We'll have to set up some merch grifts, and those things can actually be done fairly quickly, and even in time
When's
for
the
the national.
national? When's the national?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's got
Amazon Amazon ships that shit in like 2-3 days.
I know, but it's like low quality. It's like low quality though.
I've washed the Dib and Daniel shirt a bunch of times, and it's held up really well.
That's different. The one I have, the You Dip Daniel one that we bought on Amazon is like trashed for me.
Is trashed? Oh, the other one I have is good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you buy from cbhobby.com, you'll be happy.
Yes. You
That's
save 10% too.
You can save 10% as well.
That's amazing.
I got more scams.
More scams. Oh my God.
I'll be quick.
Okay.
Got an email. Actually, this was in our spam inbox, but somebody offered to send us 10,400 visitor contacts for the people who either are going to I don't know if these are people who had been to the national. So I don't know. I have to ask you, do you think, so what they're offering is basically the contact name, email address, company name, website, phone number of 10,000 people who supposedly are going to the national in this year. Do you think did the national get hacked? Did they sell this data? Or like, how did this happen?
No, my guess is, they either got hacked or there was a capture. They were able to put a capture on the sign up form. So it wasn't even, it's kind of a hack, but it's not really a hack, where they're just they're able to capture the data from the sign up form through a hacking method. But my guess is, but that's interesting because they say 10,451. That gives you an idea on how many people have actually bought tickets, which seems like a very low number. It was a very, very low number.
That seems about right.
Really?
I know people say 100,000 and 50,000. It's like, I don't think so. I think it's closer to like 10,000. That sounds about right.
Yeah. I think they have a way to. I've only studied cybersecurity just on the surface level, but my understanding is you can basically hijack forms, and the data is then relayed to you, or you gain access to whatever website they're collecting the data, and one or both of those methods work, obviously.
Interesting. Okay. So I didn't inquire. Maybe I should inquire what the cost is on this. And see how much would it? Yeah, is it $20?
Names? Honestly, 1 cent a name. It would be what, like $145 or something.
Yeah,
it's not worth much more than that. You know,
it really isn't. Yeah, it really isn't. Maybe they can help find our guy with the Dallas Card Show. Maybe they got his name. I saw this card sold on Gold, and it's a 1 of 5 select purple Pulsar Webb and Yama 1 of 5. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're about to talk about this, not this card, but another version of this card. It's the first off the line edition. Oh, this might not be FOTL, but similar card. So this one sold for 6,700 fucking bucks tonight. Woo. Damn, baby. So, hey, things ain't slow over here with the Webb and Yama market. So, okay. And maybe people who grade cards, they can help me out with this, because maybe something's going on here that I'm not aware of, but I don't grade enough cards. So I don't know how this fucking process works. So we got an email about a guy. He pulled this fucking Wemby, not this one, but one like this purple fucking Pulsar number 1 of 5. I mean, this is like a dream hit. I guess he pulls it out of a pack. Sends it PSA Super Express 5 days. God only knows what that cost. Whew. So he said this is where it gets interesting. The grade dropped. And now I am familiar that you send your cards in and then your fucking grades will pop and you can look at them on an email. Like you get the spoiler alert and look to see what your grades got before they ship them back to you or put them in the vault. He said in the photo that they sent him, it got a PSA 10, and you could see this picture right here. And I guess, again, I don't grade cards, but I guess they send you even a fucking picture of the damn card. So, okay, it's a fucking 10. He's like, yes. It's like, awesome. So I guess he went to go pick up the card in person. I don't know if this was in New Jersey or if this is in LA or where it was. So he goes, picks up the card in person, Colin. and it's a fucking 8. Same serial number, starts 941, ends in 201, 941 ends in 201. So over here in the picture, and I'm assuming this is Photoshop, I don't know how this works, but it was a 10. They said he had a 10. And then when he went to pick it up, it's a fucking 8. So
what happens when you do the cert into PSA?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Right, verify.
Yeah, so I don't know. I gotta write down the number.
Okay, like yeah, this is either I don't know, like a very like low level troll that he, because it's like you could easily swap out the PSA 8 and make it gem mint, and then all of a sudden, but I don't know why he would do that. Like this is not that exciting. Like maybe he thought we would do a video on it. There it is, gem mint 10.
So you click in the cert number and it shows up 10, but then he went and picked it up himself and it's a fucking 8. So I don't know.
I mean, to me, it's
a 5-day Super Express in person.
What did he say that he did? Like, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. And when you go pick up the card, it like, who are you complaining to? You know, you're just.
I mean, I'd be complaining really fast because isn't the difference between, he says a $20,000 mistake seems to me, if the SGC, 9, we're assuming this is a very similar card.
Very similar.
Sold for like, we'll call it 7. I mean, if that was PSA 9, that probably would have sold for well over 7. Probably after buyer's premium.
So a 10 maybe is, maybe a 10's
got to be huge money.
10, 15, yeah. 10,
maybe a 5, easily five-figure card. I don't understand how, you get the email that shows the scan of your card. Also, the scan of your card shows up on the website, which is right here. It still says it's 3 of 5, still says 10. And then he's saying 10. When he got it, though, it was slabbed 8. So 2 different labels. If this is all legit, 2 different labels for sure. For some reason, 2 different labels. One was I don't understand how this. I don't know enough about PSA's processes.
Like, is this a mock-up? Like, is this a mock-up? Or is this an actual picture? Because did they take the picture and then they fucking, oh wait, no, there's juice on it, or oh wait, we can't give this guy a 10. We've got, it's not Jesse Craig who submitted it. We've got to pull this back. Like, did they look who submitted it and they were like, oh, nope, not a VIP. Oh, we got to give him an 8.
That'd be the only thing that makes sense is if that's a mock-up.
Is the PSA 8 also 3 of 5?
It's same cert number.
Yeah, but is the card number 3 of 5? Is it the same?
It has to be. It's in the same. It's in the same fucking. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't send me a pic of the back, but I'm sure I could get one.
But that could also prove that PSA is up to hanky panky.
Yeah, I don't. This must be a mock-up, but it'd be weird if it actually wasn't a 10 case and then they cracked it out and put it in an 8. If you ain't a VIP, I would not. I mean, good luck.
Says people are saying that you go through quality check after sealing and they found something. To me, though, but the cert is still reading as 10 on the website, and so to me that's a flaw in the system. I can understand go through a QA check, gets down to an 8, but don't send the customer an email with a 10 and don't
after it's in a holder. After it's in a fucking holder.
Because
now they can pull it back and say an 8.
What can the guy do? He can print out. He can get a 10 label and turn an 8 into a 10. Like if he really wanted to, and for a card of this magnitude, might actually be worth it trying to pull that off. There's, I mean, that is going through the minds of a lot of people.
So wait, they can slab your fucking card. They can tell you it's a 10. They can show you a picture of it. You can type in the number and tell you it's a 10, but then they can pull it back last minute and give it an 8,
and then not change the website.
And where's the graders notes? It wasn't that everybody was talking about these stupid fucking graders notes. Where are those? Where do I access those at? Where are those? Are those on here? I got to watch Jeff Wilson and figure out where the fucking, I guess.
Oh, grade near min 8. Look. Scroll down.
Wait.
Near min 8. It says, look, grade near min 8 right there.
Well, why don't they change the fucking picture?
Yeah, to me, it's a little confusing. And also, how do you email? You know, this, Ryan, this is like you texting Livy Dunn. And she's like, and you're like, hey, baby, you going to come out tonight? And she's like, yeah, baby, I can't wait. Meet you there at 8. And so you show up wherever you're going to meet Livy, probably just your bedroom, but let's assume you're actually going to be classing it up for Livy, and you're going to meet her out at an establishment. And you show up at 8, and it's 8:05, 8:10. Oh, traffic. Livy's running late. She's signing autographs, taking selfies, whatever. 8:15, 8:30 rolls around. Text your girl. Oh, no, Ryan. Sorry. I didn't mean 8. I meant Nate. I'm going out with Nate.
No. Yeah, no. This is, you think you're getting Livy Dunn, and then something shows up that's a little less than Livy Dunn. Like, you think you're getting a 10, and then at 8, you're still kind of happy, but you're like, wait a second, I thought Livy was showing up. And then Libby showed up. It's like, wait a minute. Whoa, wait, whoa.
Libby Dunn.
Libby's cute. Libby Dunn is cute, but she ain't Livy Dunn.
Yeah,
this is what happened here. You thought a 10 was going to walk in the door. You thought you had a 10 walking in the door. You were just over the moon, like hard. And then Libby shows up, and you would have been excited if that's what you were presented with first, but you were presented with a 10, and then you get an 8.
And then you got an 8. You still not terrible. You know, you're still getting an 8. But in the card world, compared to women, the difference between a 10 and an 8 is actually really a lot.
How much is Super Express? It's only $250, Colin.
Oh, that's it. That card. Declared value 5,000 or less. So if it's more than 5,000,
it's more. It's got to be more.
Even at PSA 8, even an 8 might be worth more than SGC 9.
Probably this. It's probably 500.
Damn.
So it's one thing to fuck up on a fucking $15 Marks Cards fucking group submission card.
That's bro.
I mean, that happens every day. That happens every fucking day. But to fuck up, I don't know what we call this. Like, what happened here? How is it in even if this is mocked up? I'm not convinced this is mocked up.
Ryan, I have the solution for this. We need to get on the board of directors of PSA, because they are wasting money, because they probably slabbed this motherfucker up and then scanned it. And it's not why waste your time QCing after it's been slapped? Now you got to crack it and redo the photo, which they don't do. You sent the email to the customer, got the customer's hope up. You might have to process a refund now, because you upcharged the guy, because it might 10's probably worth 20,000. So you upcharged them out the ass, and now you got to send a refund. When, if you had all of these processes in place, the customer would have never known any of this, never would have been exposed to any of this. But this, to me, is too confusing. The fact that they got PSA 10 that still shows up on the website, you have to scroll down to find PSA 8. So from now on, guys, if you verify the card, you've actually got to scroll down to that. Don't look at the image, because that could be inaccurate. Maybe it's supposed to be a 10. That's what I'm confused at. Maybe it was supposed to be a 10. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Now it's like, even Ryan, if Livy Dunn does show, not Libby Dunn, Livy Dunn, the Livy Dunn shows up, you have to check her ID. You actually have to check her ID and be like, yeah, look at her body maybe and be like, yeah, that's probably LSU gymnast body. You're good. You're good, baby. Sit down. Get you a drink. This to me is process. Could be easily fixed if you had leadership and process. It starts at the top, Ryan. Get us on that. We're not looking to be CEO. You guys can have your cushy salaries, your day jobs, your offices, all that shit. We don't need that. Once a quarter board meeting, if it's in California, we'll fly in. No problem. You don't have to pay for a hotel, nothing like that. We've got hookups down in SoCal. We can do our thing. Get us on the board. Give us whatever the board makes. It's usually like whatever, some kind of like stipend salary, and then like there's some shares. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Talk about a grift. We'll take that, and we'll solve all these problems for you. So when you go public in a year or two, you got all this shit ironed out.
Man, this one, how does the email get sent and then
Brutal.
it's an 8? Did PSA mess
Brutal.
it? Did they have this card? Did they drop it? Did the slab crack? How did it go from a 10 to an 8? Maybe PSA was the one who messed it up. How does that get caught? Like, I don't understand. How does it fucking, final, here's your grade. You get a fucking 10. Congratulations. And then, no. You pull that shit back.
That's like the girl taking off all her shit. You getting the little Jimmy cap on, and then she's like, "Oh no, I
wait,
gotta go."
Nah, my cousin's
like,
coming in.
It's like you get blue balled and shit.
Like you still okay? It's an 8,
this
but
is like a blue ball.
For
this
real,
sucks. I feel bad for the guy. I do. Most of these situations, I'm like kind of neutral, but this one I do feel bad for the guy. This is like a bait and switch type of thing, in my eyes. And then I don't know what he was charged or whatever. Brutal. To get the email and for the photo to still be up and to get an 8. I mean, this is some catfish shit right here.
On a $10,000 card.
You're right.
Super of a lifetime.
Yeah, the premium service, the white glove service. Brutal.
Pulled this shit out of a pack.
Brutal.
And he says it, most importantly, it took something we have been passionate about and makes us never want to look back again. Same thing happened with the caller. His wife sent in a bunch of shit to Beckett, and then it gets lost, and she's like, "No, I'm good with this."
One bad experience.
One bad experience can ruin the whole thing.
So you need Sports Card Radio on the board. We'll make sure these things don't happen. If they do happen, we'll know how to handle it really quickly. Make sure it doesn't happen again.
I think you said it was a 10. You got to give him a 10. You got to give him a 10.
You got to give him a 10 or give him the money.
Unless
give him the
there's
difference.
A fucking crease. Yeah. Unless there's a fucking crease or something fucking obvious. Like it's a fucking 10. Put a 10 on it.
They don't have to give him cash. Give him like whatever, $5,000 in PSA credit or something. Like fucking that's 10 years of fucking submitting cards or whatever.
Yeah. This is
not ideal.
That's not a good one.
There's more.
There's more. Somebody sent us a thing about the PSA Vault. We talked about how checking my cards is kind of their shipping time is returned to normal. Somebody's saying that the PSA Vault is kind of a mess right now. Orders that they've tried to process from June still have not shipped out. The cards you send to auction through eBay, it's a little, and I agree with this, it's a little tricky, like figuring out fucking after they end, like how much they sold for, and then did you get paid and when you get paid. It literally like vanishes out of your vault, which is kind of unnerving. You sell like a $1,500 card, you do get an email, so it says, hey, this card sold and here's how much you're going to get, but in your vault account, it fucking literally disappears. It fucking disappears. It's not in your sold, it's not in your selling, it's not anywhere, it's gone. And so it's a little unnerving. And now if you have 150 cards listed or something, you might be like, oh fuck, did they catch all of them, or what did this one sell for? And so it's a little kind of unnerving. So Big Shep says, are we coming to the SAC show on Saturday? You know what? I just got an email from our boy Mike Petty.
Really?
And he's gonna be at the Sacramento card show.
Oh my God.
And he wants to know.
Is he going to be on his boat?
He says, bring the blunts. So Mike Petty, you bring some of that. You bring some of that snow from the 1980s and I'll bring the blunts and we'll trade and we'll see which narcotics are working that day. Big Shep, I'm going to try to come up there because I'm hoping somebody will have some fucking quarter boxes they'll sell me. So
sure.
Definitely expect to see us up there.
I am probably going to be occupied. I'll just say that. So okay. I don't think I'm probably not going to be able to come.
Okay. My 3 air conditioners have broken, so I look for every.
So get the hell out of there. No, nothing wrong with that. My air conditioner is working, although I'm in the part of the house where there's no AC or whatever. I only have a fan. So there's a small AC that runs into oddly a bathroom over here, but you don't feel it in here. So
I have a portable. This is my air conditioning right now. I have a portable refrigerator. I have it open, and then I have a fan blowing, and it's actually quite lovely.
Oh my God.
We got the Oki rig. We got the Oki rig air conditioner running over here at Sports Card Radio.
Yep.
At the Cards HQ, excuse me, at the HQ.
Yeah, no shit.
So we've got vault disasters.
That's not good.
I do have a couple other emails. I don't know if you want to get
Oh my
to them or
God.
not, or
Are you
what's your these are shorter ones, but I didn't know if what your status was.
Okay, very quickly, let's go.
Somebody's trying to list a bunch of slabs and they want to know about seller software. I would say,
Okay.
looks like I can list 250 without a listing fee. I think you can list more than that. You might want to email eBay or I would say I would personally say, as somebody who's listed a few thousand listings on eBay, I would develop your own system if it's only like 500 to 1,000 graded cards. I think he said he had a bunch of slabs. I would not fuck with the software because you're going to pay hundreds of dollars and it's going to save you very minuscule amount of time if you only have less than 500 slabs.
I feel like, the time you're going to learn the software, by the time you did that, you could have listed 200 cards.
Easy. You develop your own, sort these cards in a way so that you're grabbing all the 1968 Topps cards and you're listing them all at once and you're doing boom, 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 boom. And then you go to 69 and then you go to 83 and whatever, however they're kind of create your own system in that kind of way. Now, where I'm running into a problem is, I am interested in software to be able to list hundreds, if not thousands of cards per day. It kind of concerns me that these companies, we talked about the national selling your data or it getting hacked. I'm concerned about using, one of these software programs, and now they have all my card data, and now they know exactly how much I'm selling every day, and they know exactly how much I'm listing, and they know when I'm having good days and bad days, and they know which cards, potentially to sell themselves. So these companies, I would have to get a better feel for how they protect your data. Do they get access to it? Do they sell it? They could sell it to fucking Jeff Wilson and he could come in and undercut all my listings. So I think you should only use software if you're in a Burbank Sports Cards position, if you're in somebody who's trying to really level up and list hundreds, if not thousands of cards per day. If you got fucking 1,000 cards or less, you just got to grind it out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some little shortcuts. Maybe there's like a bulk listing tool, or you can use a spreadsheet and upload that. Nah, I just fucking sit there and grind it out and just list them. And I think you're going to find that you can list shit in 30 seconds or less.
Pretty quick. Yeah.
Even snapping the pictures and yeah.
It's not too hard.
Not too hard. Okay. I did have to give this update. Our boy Jimmy B, who came on and said he was about to send $6,000 on prototype Beanie Babies.
Oh no.
This is very indicative of the Beanie Baby and sports card community. He did want to email us a couple days ago and said that he was suffering through, and this is serious. I'm not trying to make a joke about it. He was suffering through manic symptoms from his bipolar disorder. He's upped his medication, so we got the narcotics fucking flowing now. And our boy Jimmy B, he said that he's not. He says he forgives all the derogatory comments, so the chat is off the
hook. You're forgiven, chat.
You're damn right.
Forget Jesus. You got Jimmy forgiving you. No big deal now.
He said, "Oh, I'm no longer moving forward with the plan I stated on the show," and that's what we fucking care about. We get the narcotics cranked up. We're not going to spend 6,000 on some Beanie Babies. He seems sober to me.
Easy for me to say, but he seemed very, I don't know if he was thinking rationally about his plan with the Beanie Babies, but other than that, he seemed pretty well put together, in my opinion. But again, everybody has to manage things how they see fit, and their doctors feel fit. And it sounds like I think he's in a good place. He's not going to spend a bunch of money on a Beanie Baby product. And it sounds like whatever he was dealing with has gotten a little bit better. And that's all he can ask for.
It's the power of Sports Card Radio. We up your drug medications and we save you 6 racks. You start taking more drugs and you save 6 racks.
Hey, so, we go get that Pfizer Sports Card Radio next week, brought to you by Eli Lilly.
the jab. That's right. Damn right. Get your vaccines, guys.
Get your or the Roman. We should actually have a sponsorship from Roman. We probably could
Should pay
fucking
us
triple that
30%.
company's net worth.
Pay us
Damn fucking
30%
right.
for saving him.
Bill's
Bill's Donuts, baby. Bill's fucking donuts, baby.
CBHobby.com. Save 10%. Promo code Will Greer. That dude's barbecue, baby. 7%. Promo code Sports Card Radio. This stuff is fucking so good. It's like crack. Talk about drugs. Like, keep me away from the motherfucker. I need like one bag. And then, boy, if you put multiple bags around me, it could go bad really quick.
Are you talking about beef jerky with the multiple bags? Or?
Oh, yeah. We talking about legal beef jerky, baby. This is like, whoo.
Would you say when you go down to Burbank in August that there'll be multiple bags coming with you?
We're gonna be multiple bags, and we ain't talking about money at a damn card show.
Right.
Louis Vuitton.
Right. If you had a bag of you know what at a card, would you lay
Hunter
it on
Biden's
a table?
juice?
Right. Hunter.
If I had a bag of Hunter Biden's juice, would I
Right.
leave it on the table at a fucking card show?
Turn your back.
Absolutely fucking not. I mean, I couldn't think of something worse. Like you bring your Hunter back. Like you need to stay up at this card show. You need to be like up and fucking whatever. You got 8 hours at this damn show, and somebody steals your Hunter Biden juice. Oh my god, might as well shoot myself.
That would suck.
You
have to go. You have to go to the streets to replace it. That would not be good.
We did go. We did go look at a bunch of cards today. We passed on the deal, but
we did.
We are looking to spend some money on sports cards. So we did.
I had the cash to get the deal done, but it was too. They wanted a way too much for how much work it was going to be. We're going to have to get a U-Haul truck to get it all out of there.
Literally,
but it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Let's hit the comments. Autodidact University, $2. I'm content with content that is not. I'm content with content that is not content. That's right.
Here we go.
Thank you for your loyal contributions. Jeff Wilson, stealing 2 million cards is bad, but 2.3 in PPP. Very good point. Alonzo Morning Collector. I'm sure Jeff will talk all about the 2 million that was stolen, but we're not supposed to talk about the 2 million in PPP, Ryan. BK Sports Cards. What's up with Jeff Kidd speculating lately? He's as bad as I don't know. I don't keep up with. Have you seen this, Ryan? Jeff Wilson's son.
I'm not sure what he did.
I don't. He says he's speculating, and it's bad. As bad as his dad.
Hey, boy, when I was his son's age, I mean, you could be doing a lot worse than speculating on cards. That's true. I don't. I think his son. I think Jeff should let his son take over the family business a little more.
Maybe.
Let the son take the reins. So,
Jason with the 5, he says Skeens is 100% red-blooded man. Let Livy go to Ruben's Diddy party by herself because he'd never be caught dead there. That's might be true.
Might be true. That's a good point.
Maybe he's trying to donk her off too. Like you let your girl go to like a party, it's almost like you trying to donk her off. You know what I mean?
Maybe he's like got elevated status.
Maybe she ain't as tight as it looks. I'm sure it's tight, but it's like, not as tight.
Wow.
I mean, if you throw 7 innings, no hit, you probably, some shit's coming your way.
Some Pirates groupies out there. Yeah. You could probably get banged. Yeah.
No doubt about that. Cody Bordeaux, $5. My sister and I love watching you guys on Thursday while we cuddle on the couch. So that's an intimate relationship you have.
Wow. You guys got to call in. We got to get you guys cuddling on the couch. We got to discuss that.
That would be epic. How would that work if like Tim slid into that? Like, would that be, it's not a wife, it's a sister.
That would be a threesome.
I mean, it would definitely be a threesome. I'm just wondering what you call that. Maybe that's for another time. The Firm, yeah. I've spoken to his attorney and Lamonis himself. Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's our boy, David Kahana. So,
okay. Interesting. Okay.
So we'll see. InvestaCard.
Oh.
Will he show up? I think will InvestaCard and will Sports Card Therapist show up at the National? I think there's actually a good chance you see one of the
probably.
other.
Yeah. Now we have talked shit. We've talked shit on investors that have real money on this show in the past, and it actually has worked out for us. We've had, not that we've gotten an investment, but we've gotten basically like an offer for if we wanted an investment that we could potentially get one. So if Marcus is watching, like I said, Marcus, we could be your advisor in these deals. Again, just like PSA.
Yep.
We'll be your advisor. We could advise PSA on a number of different things. Got them out of a lot of hot water. If you guys just want to, put us on payroll, we'll advise you, get you out of the sticky situations. Johnny Popsicle. No one saw any cards stolen, only a case that could have nothing in it. That's true. That's true.
That's why I didn't make any content on it, because you really just have to take the word of
you're taking the word of
the person who got jacked. And I don't know. You guys say he was respected. I don't fucking know who the fuck he is.
Right.
I don't know if he's just making all this up or what. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
And that, hey, look, if you're the guy that gets jacked and the police come and get you, there was nothing in there. I thought it was mine. There was nothing in the briefcase.
Yeah.
Looks exactly like one I owned. Like
I thought it was mine.
The defense for this is really easy. So even if the cops are fucking, CSI fucking Miami cops, guys, a $2 attorney, Kamala Harris, could go defend this guy and get him off. Because he is literally seen stealing something that we don't know what was in there. And he could easily say, well, I thought that was my bag.
I thought that was my Zion case. Yeah, I thought that was mine. My bad, guys. Yeah,
my bad. Here it is, empty. It was empty when I got it. They can't prove anything. Remember,
he was like putting away chairs. He could have been like, yeah, I was putting away some stuff. I was going to grab my Zion case and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty, right? You guys always say that in the hobby.
Right.
Innocent until proven guilty. These guys are innocent until proven guilty.
And right now, they're only guilty of, as Johnny Popsicle astutely pointed out, of taking a case, which would not even garner any type of
where
charges.
The guy claims these cards were in there. We don't know for sure that these cards were in there. That's what was claimed.
Right.
Nobody can verify what was in the Zion case that was quote unquote stolen.
No. They're just taking the guy's word for it. Interesting. More on that story, I'm sure, will be coming next week.
Oh, I'm sure more.
Nick Rinaldi, loyal contributor, $2. Amex active lawsuit. Edward Siegel from Insta. Okay.
I mean,
he'll be at the National, though. He'll be at the National, probably.
I think over and under. I think he shows
up, baby. Live.
They can't resist.
They can't.
This is like drug. This is like crack cocaine. The National.
It is. Yeah, it is.
And what's his name? Sports Card Therapist.
You think he'll be there?
I think it's not. It's better than a 0 chance they're going to be there. It's at least a 10% chance they're going to be there. And maybe they pull a hat down and they pull shades, but they got to be around this.
Yeah, it's true. Jason says NGL, but when I die, I hope to be reincarnated as Tim. Will you give up 0.2% of your equity to Jason?
I would.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. So now you own 4. Jason owns 0.2. Wow.
Jason's on the board. Do we got to give Jason a board seat? I think we should have a board. I actually think we should have a board.
Really?
And we should. And then we could we have voting power. So maybe we can remove people from the board. But I think we should put people on the board of directors of Sports Card Radio.
Who should be the chairman? I think that's.
Oh man, that's maybe for the chat. Should be able to vote on that one.
Boozle,
maybe.
Boozle's got to be right up there. I mean, he probably definitely a board member.
Yeah. What about Livy Dunn?
She's the secretary.
She's the secretary. Very, very, very nice. BK Sports
And that's
Cards. Nobody will
that's a
rob.
key role. That's a very key role. That's not like a downgrade. She's in fact, in some regards, above the board in pay scale and prestige.
Isn't that why you hire a secretary, anyways? BK Sports Cards. Nobody will rob Cards HQ because they will lose money by the time they fence them. Yeah.
He better have more cards than I have listed, I swear. Okay, I have 1,800 listings on eBay.
Okay.
Has 2,000.
All right.
So okay.
He
He's
stepped
finally.
it up. Well, should I sell it then? I guess maybe. So shit, it might not be selling. You got Lonzo Ball autograph for 20. Probably too much.
Bad. It's not
Really?
bad.
For that?
It's rookie
20?
Lonzo, baby.
Yeah.
It's probably $8 too
He paid
much.
8.
But...
He paid 18.
Right. Yeah, he paid 18. Yeah, he paid 80% on that.
SCR hiring the Diaz brothers for security at the Burbank show. Well, don't ever be surprised who rolls in with SCR, especially in Burbank. Never know who might show up.
Yes, we had plans to get private security before any of this happened, because we know you go to these shows and you go to some of these high profile ones, and there's gonna be people looking to take stuff from you one way or the other.
For us, it's like come up and talk, and it's like I think if you had security there, at least that would be.
If you had a buffer, a little buffer.
Like hold on. Who are you? Jeff Wilson? No, then he's not talking to you.
Jeff Wilson got to pay. Jeff Wilson can pay.
Yeah.
We'll talk
yeah. David Bosquet. Does anyone know if they were insured and could have been an inside job claim insurance money because they couldn't sell them? Possibly.
Right. We don't know.
Possibly.
It's at least possible. I think that's unlikely that it was some kind of scam, but it's actually possible. And I think
it is possible.
You at least have to raise that, concern that the whole hobby is actually being duped here in just some kind of insurance fraud.
Seems like the lower probability. The probability option I have is these guys were fucking negligent. And I'm talking about the people that own the cards. They were negligent.
Right.
And this is what happens when you're negligent around $2 million. You got $2 million in watches, $2 million in a sports car, $2 million house, $2 million in whatever.
Crypto on an unsecured wallet. You know what I mean? It's just you left your shit, you left your keys running in a car and somebody took it. And it's like,
you were negligent. So what happens? Zach says, if it's legit, imagine losing your entire livelihood with nothing to do now. I'm not sure if he's talking about the cards being stolen, but
or Livy done or Livy.
That's why you don't turn your back to them. If 2 million's got all you got, Ryan, 2 mil's all you got.
You have that shit chained to you, bro. You have that shit like chained to you.
Chained.
Literally chained to you.
Chained to you. It's like your kid. Okay, when I go out with my kid, like in a parking lot or something like that, where like
he just
shit
don't
can
start
go
wandering.
down. He don't go behind my back, and I'm just like, oh, I start talking to some dude that comes up to me. No, I've literally have my hand on my kid the whole time. Okay, and they're little. Okay, they're not like older yet. If that's all you have, if that's your fucking livelihood, if your livelihood is $2 million in baseball cards, you live a sad life. But if that is your lively fucking hood, take it a little more seriously. Take fucking precautions to not let your livelihood just easily get swiped. Easily. This was not hard. This was easy.
No, this is easy.
Easy as fuck.
Go try to take $2 million in anything. It ain't gonna be this easy. This is so easy.
Damn. Yeah. Try to go 2 million anything. Even out here in California. Yeah, you can walk out with some Lululemon and some CVS and shit like that. But go into these stores that actually have real shit like Louis Vuitton. Good luck. They got that shit chained down. This guy saying, again, this was the guy that said, oh my God, he's a suspected dealer in the community. Blah, blah, blah. No.
How do we know that they're false allegations? Like you don't know. You don't know what happened here. Nobody knows what happened here. Nobody.
No. We don't know.
Nobody
We don't know.
really knows what happened here. How do you know what was in that case? Nobody knows what was in that case.
Right. Again, this is a case of everybody just being a simp and just a yes man for everybody in the hobby. Oh, he was a dealer. Oh, he was respected. So I believe.
Oh, he
every word that comes
posted
out
on
of his
social
mouth.
media. It must be true.
Yeah. Oh, he had some following on social media. So it's just like when Jeff Wilson is a tech investor, right? Jeff Wilson's a
Oh,
tech
that's
investor.
right. From Atlanta,
Oh,
right? The tech hub
Atlanta.
of the fucking world. Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
I think there's more black-owned businesses than there are tech companies in fucking Atlanta. Fucking tech company in Atlanta. Come on, stop. It's like saying a tech investor from Stockton. Just fucking stop it.
His one tech business needed 2 PPP loans.
Exactly.
So yeah, wow, what a fucking investor.
I mean, this is how the grift is. It's so easy to get in this hobby. So I'm a tech investor now. But now I know about baseball cards, and I'm going to tell you, Will Grier, guys, is not only a 10% hobby code on cbhobby.com, but oh damn, he's a 4 times better investment than the number 1 pick of the draft. Wow. Fucking get out of here. Ferris Sterling. $2 million loss ain't that bad. It's 3 weeks of operating cards. Yeah. Jeff will do a video and he's like, well, we spent that over the last 3 weeks paying a Dickhead and Dickhead Jr. to fly around and get cards at 80 off that now are fucking worth less. I mean, you pulled up the card ladder shit. This guy's been buying cards at 80 off that are fucking now worth less than what he paid for him. I mean, all these indexes are down. Dumb fuck. David Snyder, $9.99. Do you have any recommendations on penny sleeves and top loaders? I read that Fleer Metal 10s are not the easiest to get. What up, Tim? Well, I thought that said wrap up, Tim. That might be true too.
Maybe not as good advice.
Never.
Never.
I mean,
Wow.
I think if you're doing cards where like you want to like slip it in, you don't want it to catch, the slightly thicker sleeve. Yeah, it's like a Magnum on an undersized unit. It'll slide on really easy. You know what I mean? So same thing. Get the slightly thicker card sleeves, and the cards go in without it like catching at the end.
I like a little room at the top too. I hate the fucking card sleeve, the penny sleeves that are like short.
Like, yeah, they're right at the top. Yeah.
Fuck, those annoy the fuck out of me.
I think Ultra Pro makes some premium sleeves. There's a premium line of sleeves that's specifically called premium, and those are the ones that if you really want, I used to sell them.
And what do those run for 100? Like, what do those run for?
I don't. I mean,
$3 or.
Yeah, probably around there retail.
Okay.
I think they were like closer to 70, 80 cents wholesale, but this was like before Joe Biden's economy, so it's probably gone up. Cody with the 5. Yeah, he's sticking up for Allen, Texas, Ryan, but
well, Allen, Texas is actually really nice. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Allen, Texas is perfectly fine. Nice area. What I'm talking about is the atmosphere inside the show. It's a younger demographic. It's the Instagram fucking clout demographic, and it's a bunch of scammers. It's hundreds of scammers that you guys don't know about because they're only picking off little shit from these tables. They're not trying to allegedly swipe 2 million, right?
Right.
But there's I walked around that fucking place and I was like, it's fucking dirty. It's fucking grimy. It just feels like the ghetto a ghetto card show.
I mean, we were set up at the Cow Palace card show, so it's not like we're opposed to setting up.
But like you said, there was security everywhere at that show.
That's true. It was grimy because we were fucking basically in Oakland, but it's like, I mean, where the Cow Palace is ghetto as hell. But there's uniformed police officers in the front.
Everywhere. Like I felt safe there. Whereas where you go to Dallas, it's lawless.
Yeah.
There might be 2 uniformed cops walking around. Maybe.
Wolf Shirt seems to agree that there probably wasn't 2 million in the case. I agree. We're probably talking
right. We've taken this guy's word.
Full retail. Like the shit it didn't sell, so it's not like his prices were any good. And we're taking his shit as word, and he could have fucking had an Apple AirTag, and none of this would have happened. SCR fam, JQM78 with the $10. He hit a gold kaboom Steph Curry last week in a break off a $50 spot. That's got to be a good hit. Sold it for $18K to Roth, Ryan.
Woo, baby. There we go.
So your boy Roth bought it for 18.
Okay.
And he's taking his wife and daughter on a vacation. And he says his wife is halfway done with chemo and doing great. Thank God.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's great to hear. All of that is great to hear, especially the last part. Wish you and your wife and your daughter a great time. Keep them all away from Tim. And I'm glad Roth had 18. I'm glad you got 18K off Roth. And I hope
you get 18. You get 18 racks for any fuck card. It's sold.
Yeah, exactly.
Sold it.
And I hope Roth loses money on it.
Because eventually they'll be worth $500 when nobody cares about this shit anymore, like it was in 2019. So that's where it's going. So yeah, you cash out for 18 racks. Sold.
Fuck yeah.
Sold it.
Good job. Thank you. Jacob asked for taste test at Spurbanks. Yeah, I did not follow this whole Jacob thing, but apparently there's a guy in the chat that's just getting thrashed.
Getting cooked, man.
Zach said he would buy multiple SCR shirts. I know we leave a lot of money on the table.
We've left so much money on the table, it's unbelievable.
Jason Moran with the $2. Cards are dead. We're big from 20 to 24, not complicated. I don't think that's not a stretch. It's not a stretch. It's not a stretch.
What should I get off of here? I think I want to wear the Sports Card Investor shirt at the fucking National.
Give me
they got 2XL. They got the 3XL.
I don't want to wear the same thing as you, but I'll take an XL.
You'll go Cards HQ. You'll be in a Cards HQ, and I'll be in the Sports Card Investor.
All
right. These probably come pretty quick, right? If I order them, I'll have them by the. Oh, we're not going to the National. We just need them in time for the Fanatics thing, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I'm 2X. I mean, if I keep eating, I'll be 2X, but I'm X.
Well, let's see. We got pictures. We got full body pictures of us over here. I mean, I'm over here, boy. I used to be not even long ago 20, 30 pounds thinner. So I'm feeling chunky. I'm probably an XL right now, although I could fit into double X easy.
Oh yeah, double X. Yeah, double X. I wear slightly baggier clothes because there's something on the hip there that I'm trying to not show off.
You got a little something in case you had get a little crazy out there.
Just in case. Yeah. The Card Hunter. Yeah, you can send us some t-shirt designs. I've got a few in mind, but yeah, we better get on that. Thank you.
Does Mary Gamble have merch? I want some of her merch. Does she have merch?
I don't know.
Maybe not. We need to get some Mary Gamble merch.
We should do I think what some of these guys, if they were smart, they would do the collaboration where it was like the Mary Gamble X Sports Card Radio merch. Like that would sell.
Ooh, wow.
That's how like
nice.
Supreme and Louis, Supreme and Nike and Louis, they do the collab. Like that's how you sell merch. That's how you're going to sell merch. Like we're not selling merch because we can't. It's because I don't know, I'm lazy. More or less. Card Hunter said he's making some t-shirts tonight. Okay, we'll see him. Thank you.
I love it. Let's send him over.
Thanks, Sports Card Radio, for the CB Hobby discount code. Well, thank you, CB Hobby. So appreciate that.
Exactly.
Recognizing the value in the audience, and it sounds like people are saving money. Sounds like hopefully he's making some money, and that's good. Thank you, Jason. Tim, do you like Morrissey/Smiths?
I have no clue.
Is that a female? Is that a band?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Morrissey's a band is a group.
If that's the last name of Jacob and Petty, then yes.
Morrissey is a band.
Or the singer-songwriter guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's who I know, Morrissey. And the Smiths, right? And then the Smiths, right? And this is a band too.
Yeah, I think he was in it. Yeah, it looks like he's in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
We know some of these songs. Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like that nightmare Tinder date, a 10 in the photo, then not in person. Yeah. That's according to Ryan. I agree.
I mean, sometimes you show up and you think you're getting an 8 and then you get a 10 and that you get the little surprise bump.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
That's
Jason
happened.
Moran
That's happened
again.
a few times.
A few times. That's rare, probably.
Yeah. Go
Another
from 8 to a 10.
5. Who brings in cards worth millions and no one's going to buy to place where Joe Biden is the security guard? I'm stunned it doesn't happen anymore. Yeah, I mean, a fucking Joe Biden might have done a better job looking after these cards.
For real.
He could have slept on them and shit. Or he doesn't blink. Joe Biden doesn't blink. So you could have just been like, Joe, just look at this.
Watch the
briefcase all day."
case.
And Joe Biden would have been there with his eyes like wide open looking at the case.
Hey, if there was some Hunter juice in there, I bet Hunter would have looked after that motherfucker like it was his life depended on it.
No, Hunter lost his laptop, so I don't think he's
Oh,
good.
you're right. You're right. You're right.
He already put the laptop. I don't think he lost the laptop. I think he gave it to like an IT and it got leaked, or I don't know what happened.
Oh man.
Apparently it was a conspiracy theory, but it wasn't.
Apparently.
Jay says, hello guys. Jay from Burbank Sports Cards here.
Jay.
Can't wait to join you next week for the show special.
We got some cool things coming at the Burbank Sports Car Show, and he's coming on next week and share some things. Burbank partnering with some top tier individuals. That's all I'll say about that. I mean, we talking top tier
with us.
top tier.
It sounds like with us.
With us, but also some others. So we'll wait for next week for that. But
maybe we can get a board seat on Burbank Cards too.
God damn, sign me up for a board seat too.
Or card show, the shop, either one. Awesome.
I'll settle out of court for like a box of, some 3,500 boxes of cards or whatever. some quarter bin shit.
The card hunter sent us an email on a business opportunity. Hope to hear back. Did you get that one? Or does that come in during the show?
There were a couple emails that I got that I don't think I responded. And I think I remember what this one was. And so I will get back to you.
We almost need like an agent. I think if we had an agent that
we need a fucking, I know, that does all the emails.
Does all the emails, does all the work, and they take 10%.
There we go.
That'd be great.
And I don't know if our girl Rhonda's in the chat, but I think she's going to come on the show here pretty soon too. I've been chatting with her.
Wow.
So I think we'll have another female call in.
Oh my God.
Some female energy to the show. I think that'd be good.
Interesting. Okay, folks, it is now. It's almost Friday on the East Coast. People must not have to work, right? I'm certainly not working. It's 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. But I know Tim's got a busy night. He's got Livy Dunn like merchandise coming over. Ryan, you might too. There was one at your house when I came and picked you up today. So maybe she's still there. Maybe she's not.
No, thank God she left.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, this falls. A girl texted me today, and she has a boyfriend, but she still wants to hang out. So I felt like Tim today. I was like, I texted her. I was like, oh, she mentioned her boyfriend. I was like, oh, does that mean we can't see each other anymore? And she was like, no, I didn't say that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll text you later. I was like, great,
wow,
awesome,
man. Free spirit out here in California, guys.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, careful about your women, man.
Taking the God and church out of schools, and all the morals have just drained out of this state. Go to these Midwestern states, man. These girls stick by you out here in California,
fucking
man.
Loyal, I mean, these girls ain't loyal out here.
Not out here, baby. We loyal to that Bill's Donuts, though.
We loyal
Jacob's
to Bill.
mad because I keep cucking him for the rest of the community.
Man,
folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe we'll have some merch, maybe we won't, but we'll be back some other time.
We buying some merch. We gonna get some. We gonna be all fitted up. I want to go to these little shows and be fitted up in the other people's merch. So
in the rival.
If anybody has merch, like does Mojo have merch? Does Mojo? What's his name?
I have no idea. I don't even know if he has a website. I think some of these girls, though, like if you want to sell some merch, have it be a collab with us, and that's how you're gonna move this shit.
Does he have merch? How do I see if he has merch?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's got links to everything. God damn. I have no idea.
All right, I need fucking merch.
You can join his thing. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back some other time.
What about our boy
Some other
Jesse?
place.
He got merch.
Maybe. I don't know.
How can you tell if they have merch?
Up in the millions like 2.3, but you off got it all getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on card stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're down, it's all false. You ruin the hobby I love with the bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby.
This is where the hobby grew up, right here. This shit right here. That's why y'all spoiled as fuck. All right. I'll be at the club tomorrow.
That'll be me.
Taking money from the people to pay most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money even better tax-free. Loving all stimulus, the PPP. You ruin the hobby.
This bitch seriously texted me.
With your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby.
18 times since 5:30.
With your bullshit, Jeff Wilson.
There ain't nobody there.
And maybe it was before they opened.
Jeff Wilson.
Looks open to me. Hey,
Jeff Wilson.
should Mary do a tour of Sports Card Radio?
Let's go.
With Tim there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it.
She singled out work. What happened to what's his name?
Somebody said he had a new girlfriend.
Oh, what?
What they said. I bet she ain't as cute as what's her. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Look at that.
Why I quit sports cards and YouTube?
No. It's lady though.
Where?
Hold on. Right there.
Right here?
That
Is that his new lady?
Let's see. We got to make sure what gender she is. She looks female.
That's him.
She looks cute.
Like he's having fun. That looks like Kim Jong-un.
He said he's quitting. He says he's quitting right here.
Everybody's quitting right now, bro. We lost SCV. We lost Gamble.
Damn.
They're dropping. Next thing you know, Jeff Wilson will quit. Whoa. He's in the PJ, bro.
Are you in a PJ?
He's in the PJ. Let's see it take off, though.
Hey, I want to see it take off. Exactly. It better take off. We need to see him in the air. Not in the air yet.
It might be. The lights are blinking.
I think we're still grounded.
Really?
I think we're still grounded.
Grounded.
I want to see it take off.
Take off of that? He's like, get your arm off
plane
me.
never take off? Why does the plane never fucking take off? Oh, it's up.
There
It's up.
it is.
It's up.
All right, guys. We could only be on a PJ to Vegas. Maybe next week. Later.